Hey everyone, welcome to the Sc2AI Arena Tournament Finals for 2022. I'm here alone at the moment. Hopefully Ketrock is going to be joining me. I think there are some slight technical issues on his end at the moment. He will be joining me fairly soon, I think. So hopefully he won't be here stuck listening to me for 5 minutes. Although, if anyone wants to join in and jump in his place for a few minutes while he sorts out any technical difficulties, feel free to give me a shout. Yeah, it should be good. Just give me 2 seconds. Anyway, let's take a look quickly where we are with the tournament, and I will show you the brackets as they are. So the group stage was completed a couple of weeks ago. Ketrock and Micro Machine in our finals tonight. Went through -0 and went through Spot and Foregate to get here. Let's have a look at the elimination brackets. See Ketrock coming through against -0 yesterday, with Micro Machine defeating Eris 3-0 in some pretty fun games. Ketrock had some mighty fine cheese builds ready for the for -0 and managed to defeat that. Sorry, did I leave the music on? I apologize. I think it's finished now, so that's good. Yeah, so, and then Micro Machine Eris was more of some nice fine macro games, but unfortunately Eris was unfortunately unable to grab a game against Micro Machine. Micro Machine, having won our past 3 tournaments, is now in the final of another one. He's been absolutely dominant in the last few. So, yeah, it's looking to make it 5 in a row now. So he won the season 8, 9, 10, 11 championships, and now he's about to win. He's about to compete for the 5th title against Ketrock, who has yet to really compete in the other tournaments. Had pretty bad luck, and this is his first time in the final. So yeah, so I'm just going to waffle on for 5 minutes while we wait for Ketrock to get here. Obviously, I think we might. Give me 1 second. Okay, right. I think we'll start off with the first game anyway, and hopefully he'll come join us partway through, which would be fun. So yeah, first up is the 3rd place playoff between -0 and Eris. So obviously -0 are Protoss bots made by MindMe. So let's have a look at the profile there. Seeded first for the tournament, so kind of upset that he didn't make it to the final. 2289 ELO win rate is pretty good. Came through perfectly in the group, just lost that single game to Sharpened Edge in the quarterfinal, and 3-1 defeats for against Ketrock in the semi-final. And I am finally, hey Ketrock, welcome to the show.
Yeah, just barely made it.
No, good to have you, man. Sorry, I was. Everyone was getting bored of me babbling onto myself for ages. So, how are you feeling about today?
Yeah, not too bad. Sorry, just
Cool.
half distracted here as I'm trying to get widely set up quickly.
That's fine. No, good to have you. I think.
Yeah, so it'll be the 3rd place match to start.
Yes, yeah, 3rd place match to start off. So I was just looking at the profiles. -0 first. Yeah, and obviously his opponent. Coming in seeded 3 for the tournament with an elo of 21.59. Just the one loss to Anibod in the group stage. Quarterfinals 3-0 over Benbot, and then couldn't take a game off our reigning defending champion in the semi-finals, unfortunately, but gave it a good shot and was very close to winning on a few occasions. Just run out of minerals.
Yeah, this could be the actually the final that a lot of people expected.
Yes.
At one time, these were enough, like clearly the top 2 bots.
I will admit it was the final I was expecting. So, but
sure. So we'll see some good matches. I'm sure both
yeah.
Mind Me and Paul and Rasper have probably done some looking at this specific matchup in their time on the ladder.
Yes.
When you fight for number 1, you're always looking at the number 2 as well. So
yeah, exactly. Anyway, it's
I'm all set up now.
Good. Okay, let's go with our first game. You good to go?
Yep, good to go.
All right. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
All right, so spawning in the bottom left, we have the red Protoss -0, and in the top right, the blue Zerg Eris. There was a while when the thought might have been that Terran was a little OP in the bot world, but I think these 2 bots have...
Yeah. I mean, obviously
disproved.
Obviously disproved by the fact that our 2 tournament finalists are both Terran, so...
yeah, that is also true, yeah.
but, they've had a good show, yeah.
Yeah, there was a while, like back in the day, where, Benbot was top 10, so was Straylock, and then Catrock and Micro Machine were 1-2, and, for a while, it was looking very Terran heavy.
But,
there was like Spiny, and then a whole bunch of Terrans, basically.
Yeah, it's definitely improved. I'd still say the Terran's obviously on top at the moment, but it's very much a case that the other races are putting up much better fight now.
Yeah, I'd say at minimum, we can see that putting a lot of effort into your bot will get you near the top. It doesn't really matter which race you ended up choosing.
Yeah. But yeah, I can reveal that Eris is not actually using any data files for this tournament. He's turned them off specifically for this. I'm not sure if that was a reason they had too many bugs with that or something. But so it is going to go for the same tactics based on race.
Yeah, I think that's always been Eris's kind of style. He's always kind of played the same way and just kind of reacted to his opponent.
Yeah.
Data might be turned off because maybe there was some things specific to opponent ID, and obviously we don't have that in this tournament, so you never know with bots. Sometimes it's easier just to, like, if you see one thing you're dying to, it's just, okay, if I'm facing this bot, just don't do this or something like that. And
no, we do have opponent IDs. They're just not the same as they are on the ladder. So
yeah, so it's hard to know.
Yeah, you don't know which opponent it is.
Like an example is if I'm against Micro Machine, I just ignore bunkers in terms of their threat.
Yeah.
Because you can never tell if bunkers are empty or full. But I know with Micro Machine, he always mines with his bunkers, but never actually uses them. So just a simple hard code is just assume. Like, if it's Micro Machine, don't care about the bunkers.
And then suddenly Micro Machine turns up in the tournament with full bunkers everywhere.
Yeah, bunker rush. And I just... I just start doing some sun tanning in front of his bunker. And that's the end of that.
Yeah, so a few of the adepts come in. That's what -0 has been very famous for recently.
Yeah, I think -0 is a very complete bot, but certainly he's known for his adepts, as those things have often just shredded everything. Yeah.
So it's interesting that Eris is not really reacting to the shades as much as the units thought.
Yeah, it's another thing that's missing from the API is you're supposed to be able to see the timer on the shade, so you know when it's going to complete, but they don't give us that information.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I think it's the only
That's,
cooldown that the opponent's allowed to see,
yeah,
but in the API we don't get to see it. So yeah, my bot does a lot of guessing. So
yeah,
like if I see the shade when I see the adapt when he starts the shade, then I know. But if I don't see the shade, then I kind of just assume it's about
yeah.
30% done by the time I see it. And that guessing works out fairly well. So I ignore the shade until it's about to complete, and then I try to jump on it.
I guess you can tell which adept shade because they probably have the same unit ID or something. I guess you can tell by where it starts. That would be the easiest
Uh,
way.
I think it doesn't have anything tying them together, but
Uh,
I don't remember.
yeah,
I know the way I did it is just, if a shade appears next to another adept, then I know that
yeah.
it was
It's a
created
good
by
chance for
that
that.
adept,
Yeah.
something like that. I don't really care which adept created it. I just want to know when it was created, so I know
Yes.
when to jump on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple of void
But
raids up by -0, clearing out these Overlord scouts.
nice.
Yeah, interesting. I'm not sure. I don't know much about -0's versus Zerg, but 3 void rays is interesting. Going across the map with them, see what work can
Yeah.
get done here.
It can do a lot of damage, but there's a fair number of queens there, so it should be reasonably well defended.
Yeah, queens are all right. Void rays are pretty quick though, so they don't have to engage queens unless they want to.
Yeah.
Even on
But
creep, queens can't run them down.
yeah, off creep queens are just like pretty immobile, really. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
possibly the slowest unit in the game. Maybe floating
yeah,
structures are slower. I don't know, but off
possibly,
creep queens are pretty
yeah,
darn slow.
yeah. Certainly the slowest ground unit. Eris's obsession with neutral structures, it just takes out the unbuildable placements. I've never understood why people focus so heavily on taking those out. I guess it's just extra building placement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, those rocks at the bottom of the ramp. I actually kind of like to build structures there so that I can
yeah,
protect my ramp with having a planetary at my natural. At least as a human player, I like to do that.
yeah.
As a bot, I've gotten as far as having the planetary destroy those rocks, but I still haven't positioned any structures to create like a wrap so Zerglings
Yeah,
can't just run into my main.
yeah.
Its void rays have been able to kind of get pushed off to the side, which allowed them to get a couple worker kills.
Yeah, I've not really got that much done though, in terms of any actual damage.
No. But this Bezeltaras is actually pulling the queens out of position, allowing the void rays to get in deep.
Yeah,
And they're going to be able to get a queen for their trouble. That's something. Oh, maybe not. Nope. The
nope,
mass
no.
transfuse is there.
Oh, tell me out. I'm not sure if he lost a void ray there, did he? Oh no.
Yeah, the void rays haven't done much, but they have survived. So that's
Yes.
kind of cool.
Yeah, you've not lost anything. But yeah, these zealots are probably not the best units to push in here. I don't know. Getting a few worker kills.
Yeah, getting on top of those hydras is always nice.
Yeah.
Especially when you're kind of relying on the void rays. I'm guessing the zealots are just kind of a way to spend minerals.
Yeah.
Although I think Mind Me does have a bot now that does the charge lots kind of all in. So maybe just combining that with void rays. Gas is for void rays, minerals is for charge lots. See how it works out.
That's a good
Big
tactic.
batch of Zerglings crossing the map. Let's see what they can do. Yeah, quietly.
Oh, they're going to take out this immortal.
Yeah,
That's a nice
I actually
pickup.
wasn't watching the economies. Mind Me was kind of all in on that. He's only establishing his third base now.
Yeah.
And he's against a 5-base Zerg here.
Yeah. So I think these zealots were walking out to try and take out this borrowed Zergling, but actually just got destroyed. Yes, so I don't think this third base is going to go up with these Zerglings here. Ooh. A lot of workers going down as well.
Yeah, the Lynx still haven't decided to kill that third base though, so that's good news for
Yeah.
-0. They're running around catching random units though.
Yeah,
War Prism was not able to do the hot pickup on the
they're getting damage. Yeah,
Docker.
get some nice worker pickoffs.
Yeah, a lot of workers going down.
Yes, and negative
Mortal coming to
zero
help out.
is not in a great place right now because his main base is getting low. His natural isn't that far off either. So, and the third is he'll struggle to really establish this third.
Yeah, Immortals drop back into a nice little
Yeah,
pocket there. It's going to allow it to kill off like 15
yeah,
Zerglings by itself.
that's a brilliant place to hide.
And a fourth base is on the way. So negative zero. It's not out of this economically.
No.
Obviously, Eris has basically been undisturbed going straight to 6 bases.
Yeah,
So
it's what
his
happens with
economy
a
is
Zerg.
off the
Yeah,
charts.
if you leave a Zerg alone, then they'll just go and take the entire map. But
yeah, bringing in about 1,000 extra minerals and about 800 extra gas per minute over
yeah,
negative zero.
yeah, that's pretty crazy. So a reasonable force starting to move out. Needs to be seen how fast he'll get across the map there.
I think I once heard negative zero say that when he tries to figure out the position of enemy units, he just assumes they are where he last saw them.
Yeah.
Or something like that, and then he'll move them a little bit if he gets vision of that area. So I think his Void Rays are actually still scared of where the Queens were once. And of course,
Yes.
as I say that, they finally, after minutes of sitting in the corner, decided to come into attack.
Yeah, so big
Yeah, 'cause they
attack
have 4
here.
Void Rises hiding in the corner for so long.
Yeah. They're going down to the spores though, and there's a big attack in natural of negative zero. I don't know if he can hold this.
Yeah.
The battery
Not much of an
overcharge
army
is
there.
not going to do much. So, yeah. It does look as though he will be able to take this. There's still an army somewhere. I don't know where it is though.
Well, I mean, he's got like a Colossus, he's got some random Phoenix around the map,
Yeah.
he's got some random Void Rays around the map. Kind of adds up to an army that is just not
Yeah,
together.
it's not really anything that's going to be said. All right. Yeah, so the third's going to go down. The fourth is going to go down here as well. Oh, nice yonk on the Immortal. Right, I'm about ready to call it if you are.
Yeah, unfortunately, just Eris is just able to like take no damage at the start, which was fairly impressive. Because that was a lot of Zealots and a lot of Void Rays, and unfortunately they didn't get much work done. And when you're staying on 2 bases for that long, you need to get work done to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, the Void Rays were just a bit too scared to really go in.
Nice abduct on the Colossus.
Yeah, I do love those yoinks. I wonder if we can get some stats on the number of rocks killed by Eris as well. See if damage done to rocks is greater than damage done to anything else. Cool. So
One thing I'd like to see is just like maybe it's a one-liner for Mind Me, is just if he's attacking an armored unit with his Void Ray, turn on the Prismatic Beam.
yeah, it's
I notice
definitely
he doesn't use the
help.
Prismatic at all, which would help a lot to,
Well,
wipe out the spores and stuff like that.
Yeah, it does slow down the Void Rays quite a lot though, so I wonder if that's why he's not doing it.
That is true, yeah.
So possibly something to do with that.
I forget there is a downside. Okay, 2 lines ago. Turn it off if your target's not armored.
Yeah.
Or if you're on retreat.
Yeah. That would do. I don't think you can turn it off once it's actually turned on though.
No, you can turn it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Specifically for the reason you mentioned, sometimes you need to retreat, and
Yeah.
when you slow down, you really want to get the speed.
All right, I'm good with game 2 when you are.
Yeah, sorry, I just need to reload it here.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So I think this map, we're on Blackburn for the second map, so that might be a bit better for the Void Rays if they can come in through the side rather than through the front like they tried to last time.
Yeah, certainly good for Tempest if he ever gets there.
Yeah,
Having all that dead space in the south,
yeah, I know he
especially
does.
against the Zerg opponents who I'm pretty sure won't use Corruptors, and we know he doesn't use Corruptors versus BCs, so
Yeah,
he
it's
may not use them
unlikely.
versus Tempest either.
So,
Okay, I'm all good to go.
all right, going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, here on Blackburn spawning in the bottom left, we have the blue Zerg up 1-0. It is Eris. And on the bottom right, we have the Probots champion, the red Protoss. It is -0.
Yep.
So yeah, this is a map where definitely the attacks usually happen in a straight line.
Yeah,
So armies don't get spread out as much and they do fight together. And that kind of changes that dynamic quite a bit.
yeah. Also, there is a nice like air path to get Void Rays through at the bottom of the map, which avoids kind of like the main army. So, yeah, we'll have to see if -0 does the same kind of build.
We have in the past also seen Eris take advantage of, at least in tournaments, take advantage of these like island bases in the south, on at least on
Yeah,
Golden Wall, and used it to Nidist and Swarm House to attack from range.
yeah.
That could be interesting if he starts just launching Swarm Hosts from the 6 o'clock
Oh
position into the
God.
main base to -0.
Yeah,
May
that
not
sort of
work
stuff is
because of the slow
nasty.
zones, but
I
yeah,
mean, to
it's
be
still be
honest,
cool.
like if you've got something down there, it doesn't matter if the slow zone's there or not. If Protoss can't see it till it gets in its base, then you're in trouble. But it does
Yeah.
affect the
Well, I'm thinking like
cooldowns.
how
Yeah,
much locust duration will be left over
yeah,
by the
sure,
time it goes to the
sure.
slow zone.
You might not get to the actual nexus, but you'd certainly kill a lot of the base, I think.
Nice solid wall off at the natural by -0. I
Yeah,
love the way he handles his walls. He has the ability to pile on the wall when he needs an emergency gap filled.
yeah,
He also keeps the units stuffed in that gap like zealots.
yeah,
So Lingram buys are rare if never will do any damage.
yeah. And just stick like often sticks a battery there as well. And yeah, you see as soon as the zealot's out, both of the probes go back to mining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sometimes he keeps the probes nearby just in case he needs to
yeah.
build the pylon.
And they see the only thing that can get through a zealot wall is as a shade. So I would say that this base can be slightly harder to get shades in as well. So it's not all good news for -0 here. Yep.
Yeah, so a single
No,
queen in each base is the defense at the moment, which I guess is fine versus one adept only.
yeah,
And Simlings are now coming out to help assist.
yeah. Two adepts will generally one-shot a worker. So unless it's Terran, in which case it's three shots because Terran
And he's actually
OP.
getting a couple worker
Oh,
kills here,
nice!
which is
Yeah,
very nice. Yeah.
yeah. I think this adept might be dead, or will he get to shade? Oh no, get to shade out.
Also disrupting the mining quite a bit as all the drones were kind of pulled away from the natural for quite a
Yeah,
while.
yeah,
Cool Zergling micro though. The Zerglings would like take a hit and then run away.
yeah.
So the adepts I don't believe are actually able to kill any lings.
It's like the Reaper version of using adept. It's normally a lot harder versus adepts, but yeah,
That adept is up to 4 kills, I believe, all drones. So
that's pretty good.
nice start for -0.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And the Void Rays are out on the map now and actually denying the scout this time, which is
Yeah,
different than last game. Last game,
denied.
I believe the star gates were spotted, although spotting a Void Ray
Yeah,
is a good indication that there's a scar gate as well.
yes. Denied scout and pretty hard supply blocked him as well. So he won't be able to produce much for a while. Having said that, He is just got another Overlord, so but that was a fair supply block.
Nice.
So I don't know. Oh no. This Void Ray is getting distracted by a single Zergling over at the top of the map. No. You're never gonna catch it.
I mean, we did
Alright.
see single Zerglings win the entire game yesterday for
Yes.
Eris, so um,
Yeah. But
not a
it's
bad idea to take them out before they burrow in your expansion.
yeah.
Worker count actually is kind of low for Eris. You'd think with the 3 fast hatcheries he would be
Yeah.
drone to Kingdom Come by now, but their
Yeah.
worker counts are actually quite even, which means the third base hasn't really given him an economic advantage, at least yet.
Oh, is he gonna
Okay,
get the
that Zergling's
Zergling?
not getting away this time.
No. Zergling dead. Nice. And he might even get a queen. Oh no.
Let's see how the transfuses work.
No, it doesn't
Actually
need them.
going to be run away now.
Yeah.
He's run into too many queens. And may get stuck in the corner here. We've seen this happen in the previous game where he gets stuck against the edge of the screen. Yep, there goes one.
Loses one. Oh, he can
voids
shoot from there.
are in
That
range, yes.
How is that in range? Oh no.
Yeah, queens are the range buff, man.
Oh wow. That's
That was
nasty.
painful.
Yeah.
So,
So
what was that? One
no.
drone killed for 4 void rays? Ouch.
Yeah. I'm calling that not worth.
However, with all the queens out of position, this well, I didn't really see exactly what happened, but there was an adept doing a lot of damage. Maybe
Yeah,
just
the
killed
Adept got
Zerglings, but maybe
taken
got some workers as well.
Yeah. So there's some zealots coming in. Yeah, so I think the big problem for -0 is he just gets stuck on like chasing Zerglings around too often, rather than going for a lot more damage. And these poor zealots aren't going to get anything done.
Yeah, especially against Zerg, I'd love to see a Chrono Boost +1 on the Zealots, as it's actually basically it's a 50% damage increase.
Yeah,
because it makes them 2-shot Zerglings instead of 3-shot Zerglings.
Yeah,
it's one of the most important, upgrade dynamics.
Yeah, if you're facing up against Zerglings, you need a lot more upgrades.
The faster you get through the Zerglings, the faster you can jump on top of the queens and the roaches. And stuff that's really killing you.
But it does look like Eris has got a fairly significant lead at the moment, so up to 5 bases.
I'm also wondering if the Zealots are over microed too. Zealots I know is one of the units it's possible to only swing with one arm and then interrupt your second attack. There's a couple of units that can do that. I can't remember what the other one. I think the Reaper is the other one.
Yeah.
The Reaper can do one shot and then you can micro it before it does a second shot.
Yeah.
4 Void Rays in the back of main base here, but again, they might get caught in the corner.
Yeah, that's so bad.
They are forcing the drones to burrow for a while, so they did cut off the income for a little bit.
I'm definitely not calling that worth it. Interestingly, the Overlords are just spewing creep where there's creep already.
What on earth is...
Wow, that's something I haven't seen before. It's like, that's a super creep. Like, you've just built a mountain of creep.
Yeah, much like in game 1 too, this is a late third base at a -0, so you need to see some damage done. And I think -0 did maybe a little bit better than game 1, although he didn't retain his Void Rays.
Yeah.
But it still feels like Eris is in a really comfortable position.
Yeah, he does at least have his third base up and mining this time, and fourth on the way. Like last time, it was it was a fairly big struggle for him to get any mining out of that base at all.
Yeah, but establishing his third around the same time Eris established his fifth.
Yeah.
Including a gold base. You know, it still feels nice for Eris, I think.
Yeah, it's still definitely in the lead.
Oh, there's actually, this is a new thing out of Eris. There's a Dropper Lord you can see in the center of the map right now. He floats around and builds
yes.
hoops creep and builds Creep tumors.
Yeah,
And I was wondering whether he'd pop out the queen to
and he
protect himself
does. Yeah,
against. Oh, he did. Yeah, barely. I don't think he dropped it to protect himself. I think he dropped it out because he thought the Overlord was about to die.
yeah, yeah. So it's a reasonable attack coming in at third.
Yeah, and not much there to defend.
No,
Lucky for -0, the Zerglings don't seem too interested in killing all those workers.
no, they'll just run around killing a few fire zealots. Well, they do
Finding
get
some
in.
zealots.
They do get in
Oh,
through the wall.
getting in a little surround on the Mortal. That'll be a big pickoff if he
Oh,
can take that
nice.
down.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
do.
Yeah. So take that Stalker as well. So there's a big force now amassing in the center of the map. I think he's about to come across and finish the game with this.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah. Goes straight past the third.
And there's an
No.
Immortal. There's... Yeah, he's going for the third base. The third is gone for sure. Natural might be a little bit tougher to take with shield battery, overcharge, and whatnot. But,
Yeah, there's a few there, but
fourth is down, third is down, and honestly, that's probably enough
yeah,
to make this a guaranteed
yeah.
victory. But Eris will
So,
push for victory as well, going into the main base, or natural base.
yeah. So
One Colossus, one Immortal. No
yeah,
detection for the Bro Roaches.
there's the shield battery overcharged there, but that's just healing up the gateways and getting taken down. Yeah, I think it's almost about time to call it.
Yeah, we can go ahead and fast forward this now.
Yeah.
I don't think that we'll ever see a third base again out of -0, even if he does somehow survive this, which is probably not going to.
Yeah, this army is just too big for him.
Oh, we got Bailing Bombs coming out of Eris.
Oh, wow.
What's he going for? Mineral Line. Oh, God. 2 Bailings has killed like 15
Ow.
workers.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll let you fast forward it. I'll get the next game ready.
Yeah, so Eris will take a 2-0 lead. Yeah. Yeah, it is asking why is it lagging so much. Yeah, so it's a combination of APM and the fact that we are running at 8x. So bots can get up to around 100,000 APM at some points. So yeah. So yeah, game 2 is down for Eris. Let's take a look at game 3. So
Yeah, down 2-0.
yeah, it's going to be tough to come
actually,
back.
I don't know much about this, the dynamic between these two bots. I still feel like this Void Ray Zealot might be a new style for -0. Maybe he has an old style to fall back on.
Yeah,
Or maybe he's just always been playing this way versus Eris. I'm actually not that sure.
I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to find out. I know -0 does have a few different things it likes to try occasionally. So yeah. Right, okay, I'm good to go when you are.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, spawning in the top right on his last attempt to down 2-0. It is the red Protoss -0. And in the bottom left, looking for the sweep, it is the blue Zerg Eris. So,
Nice
yeah,
stuff.
I mean, probably a little unlucky in how the engagements have gone. I feel like if the Zealots distract the Queens well, maybe those Void Rays can go in and just like wipe out a mineral line or kill a Hatcheries or something. So even if they play the same way, I could see it working out better for -0.
I think one of the main problems has just been that they've not been coordinated exactly right, so they're always coming at different times, especially on the last map. So yeah, it's just having that come in at the same time as each other, and yeah, like you say, maybe it can distract them.
Yeah, that's actually very true. It looks like the Void Ray just kind of like to attack as soon as possible, but maybe if they waited for charge and
Yeah,
then attack two different places at the same time and say, okay, how are you going to defend both these places with your 8 queens? Because that's more or less all that Eris has around that point, is just a bunch of queens and a handful of lings.
yeah. I mean, I think there was up to about 9 or 10 queens, though, so there's quite a few.
Yeah, there was a lot. He usually has 4 in each base as well, as soon as he sees the Stargate units.
Yeah,
But even still, um, the attack does come before there's like a good chunk of roaches. So I feel like there's a window to get a lot of damage done.
yeah,
And with how
definitely.
late -0 takes a third base, I think the damage has to get done. So hopefully -0 can find it this time.
Yeah, it's very much a kind of two-base all-in style, even though he does eventually get the third. It's kind of two-base all-in with a third as a backup more than a kind of like macro game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's certainly a timing attack. I don't know if you would call it an all in, because I
Yeah,
think if he gets in there and he kills 12 drones, then he's perfectly fine in the spot he's at. Or if he picks off one hatchery,
yeah,
or somehow wipes out the queen count. Like all these things would be probably be good enough to be behind on base count like that.
yeah,
It's not like he has to win the game on that attack, but he certainly has to get damage done.
yeah, absolutely. So
Okay, so depth starting to head across the map. Stargate is already on the way.
third base on the way from Eris as well.
Yeah, maybe a variant of this build where you get your second Nexus earlier and then try to make it like a later timing with Zealots and
Yeah,
Void Rays. So a little more concentration on your getting your economy up fast and then
yeah,
powering up those tech units.
yeah. It's a very late natural as well.
Depth's doing a good job again, though, able to pick off one drone so far, and looks like there
Yeah.
could be more on the way.
Could be two coming. Oh, just get a second. Very
Yeah,
good
and then the
use.
depth of the natural got a kill as well. Not sure what it
Yeah,
was.
it's a very good use of the shades, getting in there.
I'm interested. I know -0 does a lot of adepts versus Terran, and he absolutely tears the Terrans apart with it. But against Zurich, he never really does more than like 1 or 2 adepts.
Yeah,
I
I
wonder
think
what happens if he tries to go for tons of adepts.
I think also the targeting is slightly off. He seems to be targeting down the queens a lot and not focusing on the workers as much as he possibly should.
Mm-hmm. Actually, in Probots, we saw -0 go for a ton of adepts versus Eris, and he tore Eris apart. So something must have happened in the meta between these two, or Eris must have
Yeah,
figured it out, and now
yeah.
-0 is doing something else.
There's always strange meta shifts in AI tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And it's often stuff you don't really see on the ladder a lot as well, that people come out with. So
One thing I noticed that he also doesn't do is he doesn't use adept shades to kill the Zerglings.
yeah,
With the speed of the shade, you can jump on top of those speedlings. Same thing with Reapers. It gives the adepts the ability to kill units that are faster movement speed.
yeah. Again, I just think -0 is getting distracted here and not really just going for everything and you know really pushing the attack the way that might actually get a lot more damage.
Yeah, I mean, I think the queen count, like you said, is large enough, plus a spore at each base, that these Void Rays probably aren't that threatening. So I don't
Yeah,
mind him retaining the Void Ray counts and waiting for the charge lots. So if he gets distracted, maybe that might be a blessing in
yeah,
disguise. Actually taking out a queen, which is really nice.
yeah.
Every queen helps.
Oh,
And these adepts are still doing damage, actually. Burrow's complete, so now these, as soon as these drones get hit, they immediately burrow.
yeah.
So one adept at a time
So,
is not going to get any kills.
yeah, 4 down. But he is denying some mining.
Mm-hmm. And he was able to pick off 4 drones with these 2
Yeah,
throughout all last time, so not terrible. Denying mining. few kills.
Yeah, always good. Coming out. The queens, the transfusers are pretty much perfect on this now.
Yeah, so warp gate's done, charge is done, and here comes the zealots and the warp prism. Void ray count is still at 5, so yeah, he's got all the tools, I think, to make this attack work.
Yeah, but it's going to be difficult with him attacking at the same angle, like you said. You need to really send the zealots into the fourth maybe, and just go with the voids into the third.
Yeah, and I think this time there's a lot of roaches out. 15 roaches on the map. I don't think there was that many last time. Zealots are able to jump on top of some queens, which is nice.
Yeah. So
immediately killing one.
Take a few down, yeah. It's actually getting some reasonable damage done here.
Yeah, a lot of queens going down, actually. I think that's 5 I've seen drop so far this game.
Yeah, this could be trouble for Aerith.
And all of a sudden, there's nothing for the Void Rays.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zealots is, I think that's it for the queens.
Oh,
so now these Void Rays get to go ham on the roaches. There are Hydras now, though, yes.
Yeah.
As you said.
So they might actually get to take down the voids.
Let's not forget that these roaches aren't really dying; they're just burrowing.
Yeah.
Regenerating.
Yeah, that's
okay, but not the worst attack. I mean, it was actually cost efficient for Eris, so maybe it was.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's only 2 roaches lost. He did lose a few queens though, so yeah, 7 queens went down.
Yeah, so there's the opportunity maybe these Void Rays find some damage later on in the game.
Yeah.
But the third base is coming down now out of -0. Yeah, just really close to getting what he needed there. The queens disappear, but then our Hydras arrived, and
if the Hydras
count was just a little too high, then Burrow kicked in, so he couldn't even finish the roaches.
If the Hydras hasn't showed up when they did, he might have had more of a chance. Trying to take down some more queens.
At least the Void Rays haven't gotten caught in a corner like they did in previous games.
Well,
Single Immortal's like, I want this hatchery right now.
Unfortunately, he might not get it.
He's making roaches burrow though, so that's something.
Yeah. Now he's stuck. Sorry, Immortal. Yeah, so again, Eris has just got this built up, this supreme army now. I think he can do some serious damage with it. But, oftentimes in this game, it's just a question of when Eris decides to attack.
Yeah, I mean, his economy has been interrupted almost the entire game. Like, there's almost never been a point in the game where there hasn't been drones burrowed, waiting for a Void Ray to leave or waiting for a Depths to leave.
Yeah.
So it's not as ridiculous of a lead as you would think, just looking at the minimap.
But I mean,
yeah, Eris, -0 is not actually able to put an army together. You know, he's sending out these individual immortals, which isn't great. Be nice to, you know, get 3 immortals with some stalkers in front and then actually have a base army to do something with.
Yeah, ball them up and try to do some damage. But again, so that's the Immortal coming in at the 5 here, but I think he's just going to get taken out again. Oh, no, maybe not. I wonder why they didn't just go and take out the Immortal there.
Yeah, they're all afraid of it.
Ah, yeah.
It's like how my bot functions against a Thor. It's like every unit I have doesn't want to engage a Thor on its own, and they don't realize that they're with the rest of an army. So everyone just runs away from the Thor.
I mean, yeah. It's difficult to code that in.
Yeah, I mean, I know like, -0 and Eris have coded. They have the concept of an army coded into the bot, where mine doesn't really have that concept.
But now it looks like they are going to come in here and take out the natural.
Comes the Eris A move.
Yeah.
An A move with 100,000 APM, but we'll still call it an A move anyways.
Yeah. we're up at 70,000 at the moment. So yeah, it's not too bad. -0 down at 20,000, which is still fairly high. You know, yeah. I don't think these adepts are that scary at the moment. Are they going to finish the shade? No. Um, right, I'm about ready to call it, unless you have any objection.
No. You know that Immortal in the south only died just now?
Oh wow.
It was actually so annoying that base in the 6 o'clock right until this point.
Yeah, there's nothing really left here for -0, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right.
One thing I noticed is that he was keeping his army back, -0, because he didn't think he could engage the Protoss or the Eris, but
Yeah,
he also had a shield battery overcharge on at the time. So maybe when you're overcharging, you should always attack, at least while the
yeah,
overcharged battery has energy.
yeah. It's something that I think like that needs to be sort of like coded in. It's like overcharge is really only useful if you're actually attacking with it and trying to take them out. Otherwise, it's just extra tank for the attacking army to plow through.
Yeah. Especially in the early game when armies are small, it's almost
Yeah,
like an invulnerability button when you got the shield battery.
yeah.
It's like, what? You got 12 units? Well, I have
Oh.
1 unit in the battery, so good luck.
Yeah, especially if it's an immortal. Immortals and shield battery overcharge is really just OP.
Well, congratulations to Eris.
Yeah,
That will secure him the third place
place
position in the tournament.
is $100 prize for him as well. So
Very nice.
yeah, not bad. Yeah, so congratulations, Erith. Very good tournament. Couldn't quite make the final, but did get the third place, like you said, $100 prize pool. We will sort that out. But now, after our advertiser is over, we move on to our final. And let's just take a quick look at the bots in charge. Starting off with your bot, Ketrock. Came into the tournament as a fourth seed, makes the final, Elo 2107. Had a perfect group stage record. Uh, lost lost a game in the quarterfinal that wasn't really a fair loss. Semi-final, you did lose a game to -0. So feeling confident. How do you think this one's going to play out?
Yeah, well, I'm happy to have made it as far as I have, as I haven't had much time to work on my bot. In
Yeah,
fact, the only thing I did, I think, was pick some builds for -0, and then some stuff to make my bot work on the new maps, which is not maybe not relevant to the tournament.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, in the past, it's always been very close between myself and Micro Machine. I'm not sure if that will still be the case, as I think Micro Machine has actually put some effort into updating his bot recently.
There
So
have
we'll
been
see how
some
it goes.
updates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the record for Micro Machine. Elo seated second to the tournament with 2178. Elo. It actually lost its very first game of the tournament and has since then been entirely perfect. Lost the game against Whale Mean in the first round of the group stage, and then because of 2-0 over Zoe, 3-0 over Spud, and 3-0 versus Eris in the semi-final yesterday.
Wow.
So yeah, I guess you're hoping he can lose the first and the last, and but no, it's been a pretty good run so far, and as we were saying, he has been undefeated in our past four tournaments. So yeah, it's a fairly good record. You're up against it, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
At this point, I'm wishing I took some time looking at my TVT matchup. I've been It's been all about Eris and -0 for so long that I've really not
yeah,
looked at TVT at all in my bot in many months.
yeah, no, it's the problem is it's very difficult to to really plan for everything in these sorts of things. You
Hmm.
have to kind of there's less update opportunities in this tournament than there are in Probots, so it's kind of like you have to really kind of like put effort into lots of different matchups. But
Yeah. I kind of started my bot as like a novice programmer as well. So now
yeah,
I've gotten to the point where I really need to go back and refactor things, otherwise, because it's getting like too annoying to maintain with the poor code I've written. So like
well,
half my effort now is refactoring, and only half is actually trying to improve my bot.
yeah. Well, you've done really well so far, and I say made it to the final. So
Hmm.
let's see. I'm up
Yeah,
and
I'm all
ready
good
with
to go
game
when you
one.
are.
All right,
Hmm.
let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so Tank
Okay.
Viking.
Yeah, that will be, I think, the only strategy I use in TVT. Um, yeah, so we're in 2000 atmosphere, and spawning in the bottom left is my own creation. It is the red Terran Ketrak, and the god of SC2AI tournaments, at least. It is Micro Machine, the blue Terran. So you
Yeah,
said he's won 4 of these tournaments in a row?
4 in a row. I was looking back through it yesterday. It's four in
Wow.
a row so far. So yeah, and like I said yesterday, the scene has changed a lot since we've done the last one of these because we've kind of
Hmm.
been leaving it to Probots when we merged Sc2AI with AI Arena.
Sorry to interrupt changing scenes. Also, you need to change the scene to the game.
Oh, I do apologize. Oh, there we go. That would be embarrassing. There we go.
All right. Okay, so we have a barracks in the gas out of Micro Machine,
Yeah,
and my bot says favoring a slightly earlier gas as well, and trying to wall off all the Reaper jump entrances. As that's just kind of how I rely on defending Reapers.
yeah. There's quite a few of them in this map, unfortunately. So
Yeah, there's
uh,
like 2 ways into the main, and then
yeah,
there's been worse maps.
yeah,
There's even one now that has like this gigantic jump into the main, and you can jump into the back of the natural.
yeah,
It's funny, as a Terran
so,
player who doesn't use Reapers myself for my bots or my human playstyle, I kind of get upset when Terran buffs Terran, or when Blizzard buffs Terran, because whenever they do it, they do it through making like really good Reaper maps.
yeah,
It's like, oh, Terran's not performing too well. Let's make this map like really good for Reapers. And like that just makes it even worse for me.
yeah. I know what you mean. Unfortunately, they're not really updating as much anymore. So maybe with the Microsoft acquisition, they
Yeah.
might have something.
Yeah. They're not patching, right? But if, say, like pro Terrans are doing really poorly, what they'll do is the next map pool will be like
Yeah,
very good for Terran, we'll say. So they balance through maps.
yeah,
We've seen this build out of Micro Machine before. It's where he builds a quick in-base command center, and then just
yeah,
gets enough gas for Reapers, and then takes a second gas to get his factory. Very
yeah.
different build and unique, but actually works out with pretty good timings. So I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's something that's been very successful for him this tournament, certainly. Um, so, as I was saying earlier, he hasn't lost with this build yet. There's a second Reaper
Yeah,
coming
actually
across.
taking his natural base much earlier than Ketrak is.
Yeah,
I used to be as greedy, and then I decided to make my bot try tech up a little bit quicker. So we'll be seeing some earlier cloak banshees, and hopefully they can get some work done to make up for the fact that my natural base is so late.
yeah. So these Reapers are just sitting here having a party by themselves. Uh, I don't know. Maybe there's definitely no social distancing going on there until the tank comes in. Yeah, tank will deal with them pretty nicely.
Yeah, the other thing that might have slowed down my natural is all the structures I had to put down to wall off the Reaper. Building a bunch
Uh,
of supply depots I don't need that early on.
yeah,
So on a different map, things might be a little bit closer.
Yeah,
I love that tank
I think
position
so.
Micro Machine always finds in each base. He always finds that one that's like right on the edge of the cliff.
Yes, yeah. You can get pretty
Oh,
much
and
anything
there's
from there. And there's
the
the
famous.
annoying. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's the same thing. So you're saying annoying, but we're probably both talking about the same thing: the bunker mining going on at
Yes.
the natural for the Micro Machine. Yeah,
The annoying noise of bunker mining. Oh,
yeah.
so
He's actually powering up quite a lot on these two bases. No third on the way, so economically,
yeah.
it looks like Ketchuk's now going to be taking the lead with the third base coming up fairly soon.
So there's not much coming out. Like there's a few cyclones and marines, but saying he's not ready for air units.
Yeah, I guess he just spotted the Viking.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's been so long since I looked at TVT. I actually don't know what my bot is doing. So there
Ah,
are no
so it'll be a
banshees on the
surprise
way.
for everyone. So there's a bit of a push out here from Micro Machine.
I
So
see actually a bug
APM's.
in my bot as well. He's queued up a whole bunch of Vikings on one of my starports. I don't even know
Ah,
how that's possible, but that's not good when you're researching Cloak and you're trying to build Banshee off that starport.
yeah. So small bug there, maybe. Oh, it's going to come in and try and take out the bunker. But those tanks are getting work done.
Yeah, luckily my Vikings are there just to provide some high ground vision because the high ground advantage was in Micro Machine's favor there.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
both.
actually really bugging me seeing that starport just completely maxed with Vikings. The entire
Ah, yeah.
production queue.
uh, I guess it saves you from spending all that money on something else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one thing the bots should be able to do really well is macro correctly. You
Yeah.
know, that money, that's like 500 minerals that could be another command center right now. And I
Yeah.
could still keep that production on that starport going perfectly.
Yeah. So the
Relying on scans to take out the Banshees
yeah,
because of the.
it's a little bit expensive, but at least it's less expensive than losing workers.
Yeah. Well, I think like the other thing is I don't have any ravens because that darn starport is a maxed on
Ah,
Viking
no.
production. There is another Tech Lab starport now, however. So okay, like Raven is on the
Yeah.
way.
Oh, that's good. So yeah, both these bots seem to be happy just to sit back and power up a bit.
Yeah, third base on the way now for Micro Machine.
Yeah. And yeah, so you're ahead on workers, ahead on economy, definitely. But this,
Yeah, looks like another attack is coming in on the natural of Catch Rock. Once
yeah.
again, going to catch my tanks out of position. It's too bad he's not attacking the third and where I'm
I
already
mean, he
pre-sieged.
almost is.
Oh, he could be. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few Marines coming in at the third, and another attack. Looks like he wants to cancel the offensive, so just poking in a bit. So,
I mean, with the larger economy, I think this is all good news for Ketrok as he's
yeah,
he's had that full three base economy going for quite a bit longer,
yeah,
and it looks like even more command centers coming down in the main base.
yeah. It's something that Kestrel does really well. Is just builds mass command centers and takes every single base on the map. You
It's
know,
weird. All the starports are sorry, all the starports are producing correctly except for that one is just like
that's
fully queued up.
weird.
Yeah.
You don't know. That's a strange bug. But yeah, we did joke in one of the group stage games that when Kedrock says he's going for a one base, that's how many bases he leaves you with. um, so 4 command centers on the way, or 3 now. Oh no, yep.
So I did say that I took a late natural base because I wanted to open with Banshee Rush. Well, that Banshee is only now coming across the map at the 9-minute mark, arriving at the
Yeah,
fourth base of Micro Machine. Maybe can cancel that production there.
He's getting a few kills, so we do have a larger army pushing across. Let's see if the tank here looks like it's going to go down. Oh no. Machine does have the Vikings there in a nice Viking fight.
Yep. Somehow with the starport fully queued on Vikings, I still did not have the Viking lead for that fight.
I think there was a few more, they were just slightly out of position. But
and yeah, so the mass expanding is happening on both sides.
yeah.
5th base almost done now for Micro Machine. It was interrupted for a slight period of time, and meanwhile, Ketrock's kind of taking the entire map.
Yeah. Micro Machine does have a lead on Vikings, so that's going to be important for getting tanks in there, but there don't seem to be many tanks for Micro Machine at all. Having said that, this army here is clearing out the tanks of Ketrock as well.
Yeah, catching the unsiege of the tanks with a whole bunch of stim bio.
Yeah,
that's the one thing that Micro Machine does have over Ketrock is a lot of Marines, where Ketrock just has none. He just got a bunch of command centers instead.
Some nice repairs on the tank until it goes down. Yeah, I mean, would surely be better to turn some of these command centers into Marines, I guess, but yeah, something you don't often see is at just over 11 minutes in the game, all bases except for 2 be already taken, and a 3rd one on the way. So Micro Machine.
I mean, the Viking count's still good for Ketrock. If you can turn these new bases into a bunch of gas, then the starport production can really kick in. But I feel like this attack just hit the perfect time.
Yeah.
Wiped out all the siege tanks of Ketrock, and now can possibly push for victory. I don't think there'll be time for all this gas intake to kick in. There are planetaries, which do buy some time, I suppose.
Yes, there's a planetary at the natural. Oh no, there isn't a planetary at the natural, it's an orbital.
Planetaries everywhere else,
though. Yeah.
But even, cyclones with the mag field, even making the planetaries die off nice and quick.
Yeah. And the cyclone's doing a fair bit of damage as well. Yeah, so Micro Machine seems to be getting distracted by these planetaries. But there's a whole lot of repairs going down, which is obviously costing a lot of minerals. Your command center is going to get a nasty surprise. Oh wait, that's going to morph into a planetary. Oh god. At the 11 o'clock.
I see it.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to be able to win this with just planetaries?
Well, I mean, my bot has gone up to a whole bunch of starports. Now he's lost, like, both rich gas geysers, so I'm not sure if he'll be able to support all these starports. But if I can start massing like tons of Vikings, get the air control back, and then my Banshees will start being able to deal with his Cyclones and siege tanks. It's still looking really bad, but there's a small bit of hope.
Yeah, definitely. So I think because you've got so many bases, like Micro Machine should just really go for the production at this point and try and push in, I guess. But it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, this is working too. Just the fact that he has such an army lead, I'm bleeding units every time I see a unit. I die basically.
Yeah.
So I can't get my army count up to a decent level, and this whole time I'm losing my economy at the same time. So
yeah, it's not looking good.
Micro Machine
Yeah.
actually expanding to my third base. Just like that.
Uh, oh. I wonder what would happen if we had a tournament on a map with unlimited expansions. Like, just like one of the big game hunters maps or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's custom
that could
maps
be
from the
fun.
like, where there's like, well, there's usually infinite resources on one base rather than infinite
Yeah,
expansions. But
yeah.
I do like the infinite expansion idea.
I, I did have like a 6 hour game on one of those once. It was tiring. uh,
Yeah,
yeah, it does look right.
I think.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I was gonna say
you're gonna
like
speed it up.
it looks very very close to a speed up at this point. I don't know what your thoughts
Yeah,
are.
yeah. It
Uh,
looks like the Viking count never got there, and if the
yeah,
Viking count never got there, then the Banshees never start, and if the Banshees never start, then there's nothing to kill all these Cyclones and tanks.
yeah,
It was just a really well-timed attack, though. Micro Machine. It's kind of
yeah,
catching Catrock with when he overexpanded.
yeah. Let's fast forward this then. So a 1-0 lead for Micro Machine.
The good thing about running out of money is that Ketrock is no longer queued up that starport like 6 deep anymore.
Yeah,
Solve that problem being broke.
there you go. I wonder if that's actually fixed it permanently, or if it's just like doesn't have the minerals for it.
Like it's generic code. So if it happened to one starport, I would think it would happen to all of them.
Maybe it's just some one-off bug. Um, it's a weird one though. But yeah, Micro Machine taking his time. At least I think it's a he. Like, I don't know. I know that when HJax was writing his bot, he was very insistent that his bot identified as female. But I'm not sure other bots whether they have a gender or. Um,
I think most are he's, but Eris
yeah,
is female.
yeah.
I think there's one other
Ah, there we
going in my
go.
brain right now, but
Yeah. So GG, well played, guys. So yeah, 1-0 for Micro Machine. Let's have a look at game two.
yeah. Hopefully that was just a weird anomaly, and my starport will actually start with a cloak banshee this time.
Yeah, yeah, I think that would make a big difference. The first Banshee you got out was extremely late and still got a fair bit of damage done. So, getting it out a lot earlier would definitely be advantageous. Right, okay, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm all good to go.
Cool, going in 3, 2, 1, go. So, strategy. Early expands chosen again by Micro Machine. Sorry, do you want to do intros or?
Yeah. Yeah, so spawning in the bottom left, we have the red Terran. It is Ketrak. And meanwhile, in the top right, we have Micro Machine. And it looks like both bots are doing the same builds in the same spawn positions on
Yeah,
a very slightly different map. These maps are very similar in layout.
yeah. So I figure that Micro Machine will probably go for the same build until it's broken. Um, so you have to earn the right to see its other builds. But hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
well, you might be able to, as you say,
I
if
think a
you can
map,
get the Banshee out a bit earlier, then there's various things that can go very differently.
yeah. One less depot required to wall off the Reaper jump, so that will allow me to expand 100 minerals earlier, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, I think a map like Blackburn would favor my bot heavily, as my bot
yeah,
does much better when all my units are clumped together, where Micro Machine's much better at like spread out fights. And Blackburn kind of pushes for that, that one path attack.
yeah. So Micro Machine does seem to be expanding or doing a very, very greedy build. So I figure like some early kind of like cheese has always been like the way to beat it. So
Yeah. I mean, he is building the command center in base, so
Yeah,
and he's built his second racks. So he has a wall off. He has an early Reaper to scout with. He might be okay versus cheese with this.
yeah. So Reaper is out.
Especially like certain cheese, a well micro Reaper can like kill the entire cheese that's by itself too. So
Yes,
like slow Zerglings, for instance, like it's just a matter of
yeah.
time, but eventually the Reaper will kill everything.
Circlings and zealots. Yeah, it's difficult. Ah, no way in, I'm afraid, Mr. Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, he's going to stand there again.
I finally made it so those um, supply depots stay closed when they when I
Yeah,
finish the Reaper wall. They used to always like close and open and close and open. It'd be almost annoying as the bunker mining.
yeah. No, that's
Oh,
good.
another good map for bunker mining as well. He's going to have it at his natural end as third base
And natural
because the
third.
two gas
Yeah,
geysers are next to each other.
yeah. And the one in the corner as well, if he gets to there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Um, these bots do like to tech up a bit slowly, so we might be a little while before we get a lot of action, but we will see some. Yeah. So starport coming out for those bots. Nothing queued up just yet.
I'll have to take a look at this build order again. I just noticed
Yeah.
there's like a supply blocked on 31 with it.
Okay.
Some of my builds are old, like before I had speed mining.
Yeah.
And when your workers are doing speed mining, it kind of changes all the timings of things. So
Yeah.
you get to rework the build to make them a little bit more efficient.
So your starport here is kind of
Yeah,
not
completely
not
idle. I
doing
know.
anything. I
Like, what's it waiting for?
don't know. Is there some kind of bug there? Like I wonder
Yeah,
with
it is.
starport code.
I think I start with a Raven and a Viking, or it's supposed to at least, to
Yeah.
deal with uh, enemy starport units. Or maybe I got the Cloak Banshee first and then get a Raven and a Viking.
Yeah. So the Viking is being built now.
Yeah, so at least it's being used. That's
Yeah.
good. Let's hope it doesn't get queued up.
So another starport on the way.
I guess the advantage of that bug is that it allows me to be able to get my third base faster because I'm not actually producing anything. So I
Yeah.
pointlessly put myself behind economically and then use that time to catch up and take a faster third.
Yeah. So
Silliness at its.
Tech Lab now on the way, so you should be able to get the Cloaked Viking Banshee pretty soon.
Yeah. I mean, it honestly, it should be going across the map right now with
Yeah,
the way I remember this build.
yeah, maybe it's a bug that will sort itself out.
Like I said, though, I haven't looked at TVT, anything specific to TVT in a very long time.
Yeah,
So there's a good chance in fixing something else, I ended up breaking this.
entirely possible. Um, yeah, Cloaked Banshees have pretty much been a mainstay for the AI bots for a long time, really. It's something that has been very, very popular and very, very hard to deal with for bots as well.
So this could be good for Ketrock. It appears that the Reaper spotted the third base, which means that's going to be the point of contention with this attack at Omega Machine.
Yeah.
So now we get to finally see what happens if he attacks into a sieged up Ketrock. And it looks like the answer is
He runs away.
yeah. He loses a Cyclone in one shot and he's like, yep, screw that. I'm out of here.
I
But
would
hey,
not
killing a
blame him.
Cyclone is pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll take it.
So 6 minutes in, just a single Cyclone and Reaper dead.
Yep.
Oh,
And
but
that
there's
one single
Banshee.
starport is queuing up a bunch of Vikings once again, which
Oh
means once
no.
again we have no Raven.
Yeah, so I think that did get an SCV and a Marine, probably not worth. So looking better for you this time, I think.
Yeah, I do like the fact that he's attacking the third base. I mean,
Yeah.
as a biased caster, I like it. I mean, because it's going to be good that
That's
he's
fun.
walking into siege up tanks.
I
But
understand that you can be as biased as you like in this. It's fine, you know.
I don't like that Bracken star part.
Yeah,
It's hurting my soul watching like 15
yeah.
Vikings be queued up at this one time.
That is a brilliant hold there from your bot, though. Um,
Yeah,
Took out all those Marines and didn't lose anything really.
yeah. Even picking out
Yeah,
the medevac that was retreating.
yeah. So yeah, I think that's actually a pretty decent lead now. Um,
10 marker lead, faster fourth base on the way. Third was up earlier.
yeah,
Um, Mega Machine did start with a double orbital though, so he did bring
yeah,
in more resources in the early game. And let's not forget this
sure.
bunker mining trick is basically like a free SCV, I would think at least,
Yeah,
as you can mine with far less workers.
yeah. You take 2 instead of 3 there, and you pretty
Yeah,
much mine the same amount.
I mean we can speed mine gas now that we know about
Yeah,
speed mining, so it makes the bunker mining not as good, but it's still better than speed mining. So I think it's worth at least one worker,
yeah, yeah, definitely.
maybe 1.5 or 2 workers.
Yeah, speed mining was a big game changer. Um, so
Yeah,
if you don't
not the
know,
most impactful thing in the world, but
yeah,
still like a solid boost to
yeah,
whatever you're doing.
yeah. So if you don't know or haven't been watching, speed mining is the art of controlling every single worker individually, so that they don't speed up and slow down when collecting minerals or delivering them to the command center. So it gives you a boost of around 5%, I think, isn't it? So, or just over.
You could get it as high as maybe 9 or 10%. Really
Yeah,
depends on the mineral layouts.
yeah,
Like for certain minerals, you can get like a 15%
yeah,
increase, but on average, you'll probably end up looking around 8 or 9.
yeah. So he
Actually,
hasn't.
getting a cancel on his on the fifth
That's
base
pretty
of
good. Yeah.
Mega Machine there.
Nope.
Oh, getting that
Well,
worker
this
just
is.
a little too late.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get out of here though. Or maybe you are. Okay. It's just no
Trying to exit
detection.
through the Vikings. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
there's no detection, so flying over a bunch of Marines isn't too unsafe, is it?
Yeah. Sorry. It's detection now. 5 kills. It's not too bad.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the
Nice.
tanks have taken a forward position, but no buffer.
No, that's
Luckily,
the
the Marines
problem.
decide not to charge in.
Yeah, tanks on their own are not always that great. Even with the Vikings, they're going to get taken down as the repairing workers also run away.
Sure, what my tanks are doing. It's like they want to retreat, but they're not retreating. Why do they
Yeah,
keep coming back?
yeah. So it looks like a planetary loading up over here as well on the 3 o'clock base.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh,
Yeah, the mass expanding has kicked in for Getrock.
yeah,
So again, like the previous game, if I can survive for like a few minutes, I think this will pay off, as I'll have so much gas intake.
yeah.
But will I survive? I just lost my entire tank count, so
Yeah. You're
still got
still,
good Viking counts, but that's about it. Just Vikings.
yeah, it's still,
Vikings and one tank.
yeah. Vikings by themselves won't win you the game, but they're still pretty decent units.
Yeah. Well, what they do is they make tanks so much better if you control the air.
Yeah,
But if you don't have tanks, they don't serve a whole lot of the purpose.
yeah,
So Mega Machine is attacking into where I have my tank sieged up, but unfortunately, tank immediately sniped. There's a couple Widow Mines here.
yeah. Widow mines are not a bad answer to this unit, but yeah. Unfortunately, Cyclones up against Banshees is problematic for the Banshees.
Another tank, siege tank is completing now. I'll hopefully be able to help a little bit at the third base here.
Yep.
Yeah, getting
So
sieged up just outside of his siege tank range, so I get to kill tank for free, except I
yeah,
unsiege for some reason. Nice.
nice. Oh no. Yeah, it does look like your third place is going to get taken down. Or maybe not, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, too many cyclones here, really.
I don't mind losing the third, as long as I don't lose a bunch of Vikings needlessly, and if I can keep that tank alive for a little while, which I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, sorry. The tank going down. So there's a bunch of repairing workers with this tank, but unfortunately the cyclone is just too good for it. And now the big Viking battle is happening, and it looks like Micro Machine is going to have enough Vikings as well. Uh, right, so this worker's trying to repair the 9 o'clock base, but that goes down as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just hitting that same window.
yeah,
It looks like Ketrok pushes out, loses all his tanks while it's mass expanding. It's just a combination of terrible decisions all put together.
yeah.
It leaves this giant gap in its ability to defend.
All right. I think I'm about ready to call it if you are. I don't know, actually, there might be
Yeah, you're probably
a
right. I
way
mean,
in.
but you never know. If I can just find a good tank position, for instance.
Yeah, yeah. Let's keep it
He
going
is
for a
fighting
little
into
bit.
that bunker, actually.
Yeah,
That's fortunate.
this it's going to be difficult for him to push into the natural.
One reason I don't want to call you is that I'm not convinced I've lost the Viking battle.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nice mine hit on the Vikings there. That means you definitely haven't lost the Viking battle.
Because again, once like my bot thinks it has enough Vikings, I'll switch into Banshees, and then
Yeah,
I can see Banshee Viking working versus like tank Viking.
yeah, definitely.
Um, I don't think I have the economy to support it, and plus I'm behind. But
Yeah. And I think if you lose this bunker, that's going to be... Oh, just about save the bunker. That's important. Instead, that does go down eventually. Oh. So... Yeah, it's breaking into the natural now.
yeah, this looks over.
Yeah, so down to just a single base with this one being taken as well. And yeah, I think if this base goes down, I think that's it, unfortunately. I will have to speed up and
Yep,
give
yeah,
Micro
this is done.
Machine the 2-0. Yes, so Micro Machine 1 win away from another tournament win. This all-conquering bot that we thought was going to get some challenge is looking like it's going to come in here and sweep everyone. It's yeah, it's impressive.
All right, this game.
Yep. I'll just make sure there's nothing weird happening at the end. Yeah. Send all your powers to the crash logs of... Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, of course, if the bot does crash, no matter how far it is ahead, it does count as a loss. So it's something that we do differently to probots, I think, because I think if they get to that situation, they count it as a win for the winning bot. But I don't know how people feel about that. That's obviously
I think a
Um,
crash is always a loss.
okay, yeah,
They might do something with like draws.
yeah. Oh, right,
Like if
okay,
there's one structure left in a corner and the other bot can't figure out how to kill it, they might just give the victory to the other bot.
yeah, yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah. Yatwin's asking in chat, where's the Ketrock Flat 48 when you need it?
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, so for those that don't know, we just have another tournament, which is the Flat 48, which is just workers
Worker
and
rushing.
worker rushing. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I put a lot of work into building worker rush defense for Ketchhawk
Yeah,
recently. In a very generic way. It can handle probes, you can handle, someone trying to snipe the thresholds. So
yeah.
if I put all that work into it, I might as well put a bot up that does worker rush on flat 48.
It's a pretty good idea. Give me a shout when you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Okay, going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, spawning in the bottom left, we have the blue Terran on the cusp of victory, the tournament victory, up 2-0. It is the blue Terran Micro Machine. And on his last chance, it is the red Terran Ketrock. So I did get my wish. We are on Blackburn.
Yeah.
I feel like Blackburn is all about attacking to that bottom lane. And I think in a clumped up sort of fight, my bot will perform much better.
Yeah. So
I'm a little worried because I saw some micro problems with my siege tanks where they're pointlessly unsieging, which is not what you want to do when you're facing a bunch of Marines.
yeah,
So that could still cost me, but I do think having tanks and Vikings to protect my tanks is something I'll have set up here.
yeah. So again, getting the couple of supply depots and the barracks in the right place to stop that Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
But,
You can wall that up
yeah.
with 2 3x3 structures, but if that traps my SCV, my bot has no ability to fish that SCV out of there. So my bot just walls up with depots because I can always lower a depot to get things out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So yeah, again, I
trapping
think
a worker can actually be devastating to a Terran, because then sometimes you'll try to build new structures and you'll pick that worker. It's like, hey, here's an idle worker I can use to build this really important structure, and of course it'll never work because it's trapped.
Yeah, it's something I think I've faced problems with before as well. But yeah, it can be difficult. It's like all these like tiny little things that you have to think about when building a bot, and things that can go wrong. There's always bugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I did see that. That's a little spoiler alert-ish, I guess. But I have seen the micro machines doing a lot better versus Ketrock on the ladder recently, and I assume that was from his updates. But I think it might be due to these bugs that we're seeing.
That's possible.
So that this unsieging bug and the starport that just does everything but build a cloak banshee at the start of the game.
Yeah.
My cloak banshee? How about 5 Vikings? I can give you 5 Vikings instead.
It's not quite what you had in mind.
Don't worry, there's plenty of resources. You don't need that.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, not quite what you had in mind, but I'm sure it'll do.
Because if a banshee goes in there and kills like 6 workers at the start of the game, that could completely change it.
Yeah, definitely.
If I don't lose all my tanks in my initial push, that could completely change the outcome of these games.
Yeah, and we see Reapers dancing around. Dancing Reapers.
Unfortunately, I'm looking at a starport that's not building a tech lab, which probably means it's
bugged.
Crazy mode is engaged. I'll take the second starport to start doing normal things. This first starport is on broken mode.
Yeah, it's the worst way to lose. It's a poor starport.
Yeah. With that said, even with it on crazy mode, it still looks like we get in a good spot. Like when I take my third base, I can usually hold off Micro Machine. It's allowed me to get ahead economically. So yeah, I can still win with the crazy starport.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a big hindrance. Second base
Yeah.
just completing.
Yep. And third base on the way from Ketrock. And
Yeah,
this is like an unintended benefit, I guess you could call it, from the broken starport. It's like since it's not producing anything,
yeah,
Ketrock's now building a third base.
yeah. So again, I think we're going to be probably waiting a little while before we see any real action. Um, but we will get there, don't you worry. Oh, I wonder if
Good amount of
that's in
Marines out for
range.
Micro Machine. Siege tank in a nice position. Stim on the way.
Oh, that Reaper got a nasty surprise there. It's like, I wonder what's in there, two tanks. We're dead. Oh,
That's actually extremely rare.
yeah.
Like you can sneak a tank in range of a Reaper, and the Reaper doesn't know it's there, but it can survive one blast. So usually it gets one blast and runs away. This
Yeah.
one took the double blast.
Oh, no, there's three tanks up there. So we'll push out here from Micro Machine. Yeah, it does surprise me a bit how passive Micro Machine is being, because in the past we've definitely seen a lot more harass out of that bot.
Oh, and it looked like Ketrock decided he didn't want to expand with that command center, actually just turning it into a macro orbital.
Okay.
So not taking the 4 at third base like in previous games.
Yeah. So this force
And
here.
that's bad news because, you know, Ketrock's not going to be expanding anytime soon. He needs to spend all of his money on queuing up Vikings. So
Yeah.
I guess the macro orbital does mean more mules, so maybe it will speed up the next command center a bit. But no 3 base economy lead like in the previous matches.
Yeah. But this army is just going to stay here for a while, I feel. Like, I don't know if there's... what? Air units? He's not ready.
Actually catching his Banshee before he had Cloak complete.
On this.
I guess with the fast air path between the 2 bases on this map, kind of messed up the timing for his Cloak.
Yeah, he does attack in there, and then gets absolutely crushed. That
Wow.
attack got nothing done. Oh, look at that losses tab. No losses so far for Ketrock. Perfect game, even. So, 2 more command centers coming down. Hopefully they'll be floated somewhere. But yeah.
Yeah, so not too far behind on the third. Well, no, it's pretty far behind actually. My machine is complete in position. My command center is halfway done.
Yeah.
And needs to float over. I mean, I do have triple mules, so that's something, I suppose. But
yeah,
it's just going to be an economic deficit on both the natural and third base. So the one thing that's going well for Ketrock in the previous matches is not going well this game. But I do like this map, and we did take a good first fight, so I still have hope.
I mean, if the fights go the way the first fight did, then you're pretty much home free, but I think not all of them will go that way. So this one is being floated. Into position over here, I would expect. Or is it? Yes. There we go.
Yeah.
So, and another one getting floated to the fourth.
Yeah. And Micro Machine will be finishing his fourth, so we'll hit 4 bases around the same point, I guess.
Yeah. So it's not too bad.
But just a lot less gas than normal, which just means I'm going to have less tanks, less Vikings. I'm taking my 5th and 6th gas geysers now. I guess that like my 9th and 10th gas will be faster because I'm building all these command centers and building so many minerals. But yeah, I guess it kind of changes the timing of everything. So my mass expanding will happen earlier. So maybe all these like this mass gases will kick in before I suicide my tank force and lose the game.
Well, there was a Viking.
Suiciding tank force attack is beginning? No.
No. I think it should be fine. There is an attack by Micro Machine coming out here. I I don't see a way they're going to be able to break that tank line though. Like, not just zooming in here. Oh, that's a really nice attack with Ketrok. There's a couple of Marines are getting near to the tanks, but then they're just running back. No, either commits. Yeah. This is a really nice fight for Ketrok.
Yeah. Sometimes I almost wonder if you should just not have a retreat threshold.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to know when it's right, like, to retreat.
Yeah, Marines.
Oftentimes, like, if you're already committed to engaging, it might be always best to just lose everything and commit to the engage.
Yeah. Marines are very much kind of like disposable units as well. They're not completely disposable, but certainly you don't mind losing them for a tank.
Yeah, but I mean, Ketrok still has tanks, right?
Yeah.
So this is usually the window when Micro Machine has already destroyed my army, and he just goes in and wins the game.
Yeah.
This time, even losing tanks of his own.
Let's play a much better fight here. Yeah, so the Vikings are going to be driving back, but nice mine hit on the Micro Machine Vikings as well. So yeah, so Ketrok very much winning the Viking War. Some nice banshees. 1038.
Okay.
What are you on?
I've caught up. I was a little bit behind, I think.
Ah, okay, sorry. Well, yeah, no. Ketrok has got a decent lead in the army as well. It's something that he hasn't had all series long.
Yeah, Banshee's even doing some work on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
Interrupting mining, if nothing else. Looks like Micro Machine might be, I always talk about the bot being basically perfect. It doesn't do everything, but everything it does do is almost perfect. But one thing it doesn't seem to look at is the fact that Widow Mines can attack. So he has no fear of walking into Widow Mine blasts.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just a lot of Banshees as well, taking out a fair few workers. Yeah, it looks like we might have ourselves a series, guys. This is oh, that was a bit of a waste of a Banshee, but
well, it said it got 10 kills, so it did
no,
something.
no, the other one.
Oh,
there was one before it that got nothing. But yeah, the other one that got 10 kills was pretty good. Oh, this one's gonna die, is it?
No, it's hanging outside the scan
it's
range.
Just outside the scan range. Wow.
And then they have speed now, the Banshees. So that's nice.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, so pretty even game. Like this is, they pretty much split the map in half.
Yep. Banshee Harass is continuing. Ketrok has an extra base. That massive gas income that never kicked in the previous matches has kicked in this game.
Yeah.
So able to get a whole bunch of starports, and that stupid starport's so queued to the max, but whatever. The other starports are building correctly, so we're getting a the Viking leads, which is always important, and then Banshees to deal with the ground units and a good amount of Ravens.
Yep. It's pretty much the spot where Ketrok needs to be.
With that failed Banshee Harass of 1 kill, it looks like my bot has decided to end Banshee Harass altogether.
Yeah. It's not a bad shout.
Yeah. So it does it based on results. So if I have like 2 bad Harass Banshees in a row, it's just like, okay, he's doing with it too good.
Yeah. It's probably at that point you're not going to get a lot more done.
Big fight in the center here.
Yeah.
Not the best position to be in for Ketrok, but still killing a lot of Vikings. So.
Yeah. So there's a little more, slightly Viking advantage for Micro Machine now, but Micro Machine's own Banshees is taking out the tanks. So Micro Machine does push them back to this third-ish base, I guess.
Yeah, which forces him to fight in the slow zone.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah,
not a
I
bad
didn't
thing for
see
me.
how impactful that was. That's actually quite a big thing.
Yeah, it's almost more
Yeah,
that it's a choke point,
yeah,
but the fact that it's slowing choke point as well, it hurts as well.
yeah, definitely. So some nice kills for the Vikings here from Ketrock. I
Yeah,
think
and by
when,
pushing back his Vikings, now my Banshees can try to kill
yeah,
off his tanks.
that's pretty good. So yeah,
The air control is so important.
I think half the problem is as soon as one of the bots gets into anywhere near the slow zone, then the other bot can push it back, and then it keeps going back and forth, similar to that. So one thing to note is Micro Machine is down to 60,000 APM from his 100,000 earlier. My PC appreciates the efficiency.
My bot's at 12,000 APM, but I
Yeah,
think I can cut that by about a third
yeah.
with one of the updates I'm working on now.
I think it's currently just over 12,000. So yeah, it looks like it's just going to carry on this little skirmish or war here.
I kept talking about how this map is like a one-path fight, and we're finally getting to see it.
Yeah,
This is like
yeah,
the,
definitely.
if you don't take down those rocks, this is like the fight, the path that almost always you end up fighting through.
This is like in World War One, would have had like two trenches here by now, and like everyone would just be standing there.
These tanks in the back are really important for me because
Yeah,
every time he locks on with cyclones and I retreat, he can't chase me. Otherwise, he's going to chase the cyclones into my tank fire.
yeah,
If I didn't have those tanks, then those cyclones would just be like racking up Viking kills.
yeah. At the moment, Micro Machines looks like it's got a bunch of Vikings hanging out, just about winning the Viking War, possibly. Uh,
It's so hard to tell with
so
so many of them.
I know it's ridiculous, but yeah. So
There's a
interestingly,
big upgrade lead on the Vikings of Ketrock, however. Now, upgrades in Viking versus
yes,
Viking isn't super important, but
but
every little bit helps.
yeah. I mean, it's going to give you
There's so much
advantage.
overkill going on with
Yeah,
these shots that it doesn't matter too much, but
I mean, it does
it
give you the
certainly doesn't
advantage,
hurt.
certainly, but yeah. So, Micro Machine being pushed back slightly here, and it is his base that's under threat now.
Yeah. Not a
So,
major factor, but one thing I noticed is the Raven count has slowly been growing for Ketrock as well.
yeah,
Maybe these auto turrets are going to start getting value.
yeah, looks that way. And Micro Machine is not maxing, so yeah, I don't know if it's something to do with him running out of minerals or something, but he's not remaxing. If you look at the income at the moment, Ketrock's on 6,000 per minute, whereas Micro Machine down on about 3,000. This is looking pretty good.
I have a few orbitals going up, I can tell as well, just looking at the
Yeah.
mini-map.
Yeah, oh no, they're just proxy planetaries, I think they're called now.
Yeah, well, some of them are doing that. There's like tons of orbitals, and now some are flying
Yeah,
across the map to be offensive planetaries.
I wouldn't. Are we going to
Hey,
see
it's
a
a zero
GU?
supply attack unit. Can't go wrong for
Yeah.
zero supply when you're maxed
Oh,
out.
absolutely, yeah. Definitely. So
Nice
Micro
Viking
Machine,
fight for a Micro Machine, actually.
yeah, he does manage to push this back now. So maybe that's the end of this little skirmish here. No, I think these Vikings might be going a little bit too far, maybe. Um, they're right on top of the production.
Oh yeah, actually, that's
This is,
picking out Vikings as they're popping out.
yeah, this is a problem. Oh, they are going back now. A few
Yeah,
of
but
them
now
have
flying
been.
over missile turrets. That's not fun.
Oh God, yeah.
That siege tank barely surviving with like 4 HP.
Nice. So now the
And
catch will,
yeah,
I think
losing
that
a
these.
whole ton of Vikings. Can
Yeah.
Micro Machine even replace them at this point? Like
I
his
don't know.
resources are almost at zero.
He's not got much income. He's still got
Yeah,
2,000. He's still got the gold base going, and this one up at 9 o'clock. I think other than that, he's mined out. So it's
yeah.
really
Actually,
only
lost his
two
forward
base.
command center
Yeah,
too, like his forward third base.
yeah. It's looks like we might have a series. Yeah.
It's great. I feel like this worked out because my bot broke even more this game than in previous games. It
Yeah.
was like broken so badly that he threw down like 10 command centers early. That
Yeah.
turned into
Why
a
not? So
success. I think it's also to do with not losing all my
yeah,
siege tanks in that first fight. By maintaining my tank counts,
yeah.
I was able to hold all those expansions.
Oh, so the worst thing here is the only income for Micro Machine is the gold base and the one at 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and both of them are under fire at the moment.
We got SCVs
Oh,
attacking a
SCV's
planetary
attacking.
up in the north.
Yeah, there is literally no income now for Micro Machine.
And she's shooing them
I
away.
think.
Master Mule coming in.
Yeah.
It's like, you got one main mining base left? I'll take that. Yes, please.
All mine.
The planetary
Oh
even be
no.
somewhere where the mules can return minerals to.
Yeah. Wait. And it's taking out all of the gold base as well. Oh no. Okay. So I am about ready to call this. Yeah, this is a brilliant win. There's not much army left, and
Yeah. Command center's heading into the main base now. I
yeah,
think we can speed this up. Micro
yeah.
Machine looks very, very
GG.
broke.
Yeah.
A bunch of idle SCVs, no one left to mine.
No. Well played. Take us. So we do have a series, as they say.
No sweep.
Nope. Micro Machine loses its first game since the very first game.
I'll be back in 30 seconds. You can
No
clean up this
problem.
game.
Yeah. I'll queue up the next one ready. Okay, just watching the finish of this, guys. Oh. Just checking there's no nasty behaviour, including Micro Machine floating its its base. Easy in the middle of the map. There we go. Easy,
I'm back.
boys. No
I
GU
got the
this
easy.
time.
Nice.
We got the easy instead. So yeah. So I guess it was okay. I will get game 4 queued up. No, like I said, the map did very much favour you, but again, this means that Micro Machine will likely change tactics. So, will it
Mm.
switch into a tactic that's going to favour your bot even more? Maybe we
Yeah.
might see something.
So I was watching closely this time, and I think the problem with my siege tanks is when I lose the Viking lead, my bot tries to retreat, but
Yeah,
then my tanks don't retreat very well. They like unsiege, but they don't retreat. So then
yeah,
they're just like unsieged tanks. So I think the other thing that could save me is if I never lose the Viking lead. If I keep
yeah,
the Viking lead, then my tanks won't go stupid.
yeah.
So
That's
there's
good.
ways I can keep this going well.
Cool. All right, we are ready on Curious Minds. I'm good to go when you are.
Yeah, good to go.
Okay, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Okay, spawning in the top left, looking to take it to an ace match. It is the Renterran Ketrock. And in the bottom right, the 4-time in a row champion of this tournament, it is the Blue Terran Micro Machine.
Yeah, so he did say he's going with his standard tactics this time. So I don't know what standard is. I guess standard is just win, but you know.
Yeah, did you say that previous times? I don't know what standard is
No,
either.
no,
Is
he
it going
said
to be the aim-based command center?
no. He said fast expand the first two times,
Oh, okay.
and this time it's standard. So standard is a less fast expand. So that might favour you slightly. Maybe depends if you can hold his early attacks.
Yeah, and holding early attacks could be difficult with that messed up starport, right? Because I don't
Yeah,
get that Viking and Raven. So what happens if a cloak banshee arrives? If that's what happens with standard, you know?
yeah, yeah. It could be difficult. We'll see though.
I think what
What's
happens
that?
is I build my third base, and only then does that starport start producing things.
Oh, okay, so that might be a trigger.
Yeah, maybe something that's broken, like with my build order. Like maybe the third base is in the build order, and because of that, it's interrupting starport production. Man, I really
That's
want to look
it's a
the code for
strange one.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a weird one.
I don't know. Maybe it might fix itself or something. Some bugs do have a habit of doing that occasionally.
Oh, I also have the ability to put units in my build orders. So if I did something like build my third base, then build a Viking as part of the
Yeah.
build order, then it won't build anything from that starport until the third base goes down and it starts that Viking.
Okay, so that's possibly why.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Yeah,
Something interesting happened with the micro machine. When he called down a mule, he like changed all the patches that the SCVs are mining from. They all just like switch positions randomly.
that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first Reaper does arrive, runs into
Oh,
the
gets through this
people
time.
wall. Oh, it does get
I
in. You're
don't
right.
think he's getting out though. Those Marines
Yeah.
look angry.
There was a time where if you got past my bunker, you would just be able to kill my entire base.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, so that very south corner, I don't think my bot recognized this. That's part of my natural base. So he thinks the
Okay.
Reaper left my base. He's like, oh, he's too far away.
Yeah. No, it's going to
That's
chase
hilarious.
around. Get
Um,
in.
yeah, he'll
So,
probably get a good scout. My
yeah.
Marines aren't very smart with trying to cut off the Reaper, but they'll chase it.
Yeah.
So, which hopefully will be enough to prevent many worker
Cool.
kills from happening.
Yeah, and does get the kill. Which
Yeah,
is
looks like that
good.
starport made an unintentional wall.
Yep. Now he's seen you're going for air units. Not fair.
Yeah, but little does he know, that's a
You're
broken
not.
starport. There are no air units.
Haha! So it was a big long. It was playing the long game to full micro machine. Well played.
Oh, and it worked too. Look, he's researching cloak and building a Viking. So
Oh,
instead of building the
nice.
cloak banshee, he's building a Viking for defense.
There we go.
The old broken starport tactic works again.
Oh, brilliant, man! Like that was the whole reasoning behind it. See, you had us thinking it was a bug. Oh,
Yeah, it's a big deal to delay his banshee because I really don't have anything.
yeah,
Without that starport working, there's no Vikings um,
yeah, and
and
he's
a Raven
building,
which is what I require.
and he's building a second Viking as well. So he's not just going the single Viking and then into cloak. So yeah, going that
I
way.
thought when I started my third base, it would click my starport into working, but no, it didn't.
It's going now. So
Hmm.
strange. But you do have
Oh,
a.
the fourth command center caused it to. No, that's not right. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just something maybe. Maybe it's the second starport.
Yeah. If you're trying to
Poss-
debug from replay, that's actually a good thing to look at. Is like
yeah,
look for like the points of when a bug happens and see what else happened at that exact same moment, and
yeah,
then see if they're related somehow.
yeah. Normally that's a good way to do it.
It's like my tank stopped working the moment my armory finished, right? So maybe something to do with upgrading from your armory broke your tank control. Like
Yeah,
you'd be surprised what random things can happen
yeah.
if you code poorly, like I do.
Well, you got to the final, so it can't be coded that badly.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I
so
mean, I'm not modest about the complexity of my bot. I
yeah,
just don't think it was written in a very professional way because I'm
yeah,
not as experienced as some other authors in the community here.
yeah. No, fair enough. But yes, so I think Micro Machine didn't lose as much in that first attack as he did the first attack last time. Um, so there is the Banshee coming in.
Yep. And unfortunately, no scans available, so
There is one
SCVs
now.
are scattering.
Yeah, there is one now. There we go. He is dead. I think he might be slightly behind. I'm on 620 now.
Okay, catching up.
Ah, okay, so uh, just coming up to 630 now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, every minute or so, I just got to add a second or two. I think
Ah,
I
okay.
run just a little bit slower than you now,
That's weird.
which is probably good news for the stream because it
Yes,
means you're not
definitely.
chugging this time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's good. Um,
So missile turret's on the way, I guess, because of that cloak banshee,
yep.
which helps a little bit later in the game when I lose Viking control and get chased back into my base to be
Oh
able to
yeah.
fall back to missile turrets.
No, that was really really good for when he went over those missile turrets.
That early game Reaper just died finally. He's like, let me see what's going on in the third. Boom.
Yeah. It's like 4 tanks. No! Mercy! Okay. Yeah, so again, both bots happy to sit back at the moment. Tech up. You know, this guy, zoom in, there's this guy manning the cockpit of the turret. Is that true? I'm just going to zoom in there. No.
Yeah. He's a very
Oh,
dizzy person if you look really close.
yeah,
There's like a
okay.
roll cage and there's a dude in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I see that now. Okay. I never knew that.
Yeah.
See,
It's like that game where you put your head on a baseball bat, spin around in a circle, and try to walk straight. He
yeah,
does that, except he's shooting missiles.
that's a very
Yet he never
talented
misses.
guy.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
very talented guy.
Maybe being dizzy increases your aim.
I think we
So
need
just
some
because you kill a
scientific
missile
tests.
turret doesn't mean you're not a murderer. You know,
Ah, damn
there's
it.
people there. All right, so big attack coming in on the third, which is just what I want to see as the author
Yeah.
of Ketrak, because that means he's going to be walking into a bunch of siege tanks. And
Oh,
before he even
not.
gets one shell, he's like, nope,
Nope.
I'm out of here.
Goodbye. Yeah, I think the Vikings saw what was going on, decided that wasn't a good shot.
Good unit retention.
Yeah.
So Ketrak's on his command center spam right now, taking his fourth and fifth base while getting building 4 more
Yeah.
command centers in his main.
This is pretty
That'll
good.
allow orbital farm and
Yeah. This is pretty good for you, I think.
yeah, I mean this will create the weakness, but
Yeah. So
you know, as long as I can maintain my tank count during this weakness, eventually it'll become a strength.
yeah. So I was just looking. Anti-Man is saying in chat that in SC2 it's unmanned but has a spot for a dude. So it's apparently automated. But that's just the law. So I don't know whether they stick the guy in there just to get dizzy.
That was like an empty spacesuit.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Big
We'll
fight
have to ask
happening
him.
at the
Yeah.
third base here. The
That's-
terrain blocker is actually helping protect the siege tanks quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. So I think Ketrop's going to win this, or win this fight at least. So driving back the Vikings, pretty good win on Viking fight there. And sticking a nice automated turret next to the tank. Might not just take it out. Yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty big hold there.
Interestingly enough, this map has 2 less expansion bases, so that could come into play as well.
Yeah.
And the 2 corner bases like really pulling you far out of position.
Yeah, so this command center heading down to the 6 o'clock base there, and is going to get there just as Micro Machine decides to start building.
That's okay. We know what my command center is doing when that happens.
Yeah, fair enough. So
My
just land next
initial
to
cloak banshee finally arrived at the 10-minute and 30-second mark.
it.
Got 4 kills, which isn't terrible, I guess.
Yeah.
Although at this point in the game, killing SCVs isn't actually that important. So
Yeah.
really you want to be
I mean,
cost effective with the banshees.
it's always nice, but yeah, not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't affect the economy like it does in the early game
Yeah.
because, you know, Micro Machine can build 5 SCVs at a time if he wants to right now.
Yeah.
Or if you kill an SCV at the beginning of the game, that's just one less SCV and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, Micro Machine. It's pretty much every single attack that Micro Machine is throwing in at the moment is getting sort of like it's getting defended. I think you are the master of defense.
Yeah, big push going in towards the north though. If Micro Machine is able to take out that base and establish it, he'll get his split map situation that he hasn't been able to in previous Smite games.
Yeah, so he's got a lot
Trying
of
to get
lock-ons.
repair. Siege tanks coming from the behind.
Yep.
Planetary does go down, but if you can take a good fight here, it might make it worthwhile. No.
No, it's like Micro Machine's going to hold the position and try to kill as many escaping SPVs and mules as possible. You don't want them getting away with all your minerals. Yeah, so we're in pretty much a split map state. No mules, you're not coming this way. And now moving into the 5th base. Yeah, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of repair
no
on
tanks
that
there, though.
No.
Yeah, I need to get the tanks in there to push away those cyclones.
Yeah. Possibly also get some automated turrets down on them, but
Yeah, tanks falling.
yeah.
Oh, this is not good. This is the spot we've seen before.
Yeah.
Tanks have all disappeared. The new gas income of the starports hasn't kicked in yet. Lost Viking control.
Yeah.
Which means it's almost impossible to do anything now. There's one tank left.
Oh, maybe he can be a hero.
Yeah. I mean, one tank with air control can do it.
Yeah.
No,
but he's unsieging and sieging. Yeah, that's
down. Unsiege bug.
Yeah. So yeah, the 3rd is likely to go down as well.
Yeah, just losing a lot of Vikings out of these cyclones.
Yeah. And also losing the space down at the 7 o'clock.
Yeah, doesn't look like he quite has the firepower there yet.
No.
But he will soon.
There's a lot of repairs. Can't quite get through all of that. Oh, some nice lock-ons on the Vikings again.
Yeah, and just a huge Viking lead now for Micro Machine.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. Which you can tell my bot is only going to be replenishing Vikings right now, which is the last thing he needs. He needs something to deal with these cyclones. He needs siege tanks, he needs banshees.
Yeah. So there's a few Vikings up here.
At least we've denied Micro Machine from establishing his final base with this Cloak Banshee.
Yeah. It's getting a lot of SCV kills, but as you're saying, it's not. Oh, it's going to go down. Yep, cancelled.
Maybe this isn't over. I thought this was the beginning of the end, but maybe it's because Micro Machine pulled his whole army back to deal with one Banshee.
Yes, yeah, I think that was it. He's got his got a fairly huge army there. I still don't think it's quite over. Like, you still
just
got
one tank though. Handful of Banshees is decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, good amount of Banshees. If I got the Viking lead, then this could be okay.
Yeah, he's still pretty much got a lot of bases set up. Banshee report. Oh, that was a bad Banshee. Oh, and these Banshees are doing some work actually. So, you know, taking out the tanks there. As he's, yeah, I think you might have gotten a bit of a foothold in this game now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, just too many scans on Micro Machine. My Banshees can't find an opportunity to jump on the Cyclones. Tank getting one of them and then dies.
Nice.
Because the Banshees have speed, right? They can just jump on the Cyclones and take them out, then this whole game could turn around. The Cyclones right now are the big damage dealers, killing so many Vikings.
Yeah. So there's a few Ravens out as well. If you can get the auto turrets down on anywhere near that, it'll force them back at least.
It's just kind of like, this map's like the opposite of Blackburn though. Just wide open, spread out map, which Micro Machine is so good at.
Yeah, it's almost perfect for him.
Still denying that base in the north though is my Banshees.
Yeah,
and that could actually be influential because, you know, if that was a fully fledged mining base for Micro Machine, this might have already been over.
Yeah. So Micro Machine has actually been a lot more efficient this game, but still doesn't really have the mining, as we see the Vikings moving in. There's 24 to 21 in terms of Viking count, so it's not that far different. And if you get a good engagement, you can still take that out.
Yeah.
But
just saw 2 Banshees go down and my only siege tank once again. I do get some Vikings in return, but
yeah,
it's been like minutes of like not having an answer to Cyclones.
Yeah, it's been very difficult,
and it's just so painful. The efficiency is going to be terrible until that happens.
I'm sorry. But yeah,
I gotta say though, you know, my bot's not giving up.
no, it's not out of it yet.
This game is close to over, but it's still fighting at a point
it's
where
definitely not over.
Could have been easily been dead by now.
Yeah, yeah. So don't give up hope yet. We're still in this. 12 kills on that Banshee, not too bad. 2 Vikings go down for free.
Yeah, but then lose 4 more Vikings to a Cyclones in the
meantime.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any code to just land these Vikings right next to the Cyclones and take them out? I guess probably.
No.
Yeah,
it's basically my bot saying right now, I have to get Cyclones, and also I have to get something that kills Cyclones.
Yeah.
And those are not the same thing.
Yeah. Oh.
So it's good. It's building Vikings, but also it doesn't need Vikings.
Yeah.
It needs things that aren't Vikings, so it just needs to establish an economy or get some good kills to turn it around,
It's
I guess.
producing 8 Vikings at a time. Yeah, so big army coming over here. So some nice kills on the Banshee until it gets taken down.
Yeah, cost efficiency is actually going to be a big deal as well, since this map is much smaller in terms of resources.
So I've got some bad news for you on that one as well.
Yeah.
You've lost about 10,000 minerals more than Micro Machine.
Although if I can bring this game back to even, my bot can be cost efficient.
Yeah.
Because then the auto turrets and whatnot will kick in as I start getting a Raven count.
Yeah, so the longer Micro Machine, the longer you're in this game, it's not going to get any worse. But yeah, it is just.
Micro Machine sometimes likes to build battle cruisers as well, and if he does so, that can actually be good for me because I'll give my Vikings something to do.
Yeah, so Marines coming in here and sniping out all the workers at this base. And now Micro Machine is likely to push up into the natural, maybe. So all these Marines coming up into the natural, and it looks like Micro Machine has finally decided now is the time to win the tournament. He's coming in, and that
Two Banshees
is
and a tank on the way. That's going to give me something to defend the main
yeah.
base.
So there's a lot of Vikings there still. So it's possible you could hold this maybe. All those Marines. The tank does go down. So
Yeah.
that's big.
Where's the rest of that wall? Seems to be a structure
Yeah.
missing there.
No. But main base breached. Tag from Ketrok. Although Micro Machine is retreating.
Yeah, a really good Viking fight for Ketrok.
Yeah.
Like super good. Finally, some good. Just the battle I needed. It probably happened too
Yeah.
late, but
I don't
that
know.
went beautifully.
I think now you have a bunch of Vikings and you have a big advantage there, but obviously Micro Machine's still able to rebuild.
Yeah, but if I have more Vikings, then my bot will decide it doesn't need Vikings, which is
Yeah.
also good. You can start building some units that can deal with little things. And just
Although,
this Banshee cleaning up random Marines, every little bit can be helpful. There's been a
yeah.
tank sieging the bottom left base for like
It's just been
15
sitting
minutes.
there, yeah. It's like costing you minerals to repair the whole time.
They've, you know, they've probably been calling for help down there, and it's like, yeah, we
Yeah.
know we're a little busy up here. We'll get to you if we
Can't do
can.
anything,
But,
yeah. Wow. Okay, so you're actually taking some pretty good fights now. Like, this is starting to bring it back a little bit.
yeah, we got Banshee with 13 kills up in the top right.
Yeah.
Even taking down the gas geysers, which is kind of funny because gas is important.
Yeah.
Not for Micro Machine. Oh man, Micro Machine's blown through all its minerals.
Yeah. It's out of minerals and it's getting workers killed by the Banshees and there's not much left for it to mine. My god, I thought I was ready to call this about like a minute ago, but
yeah, look at the production now. 10 Banshees at a time out of Ketrok.
Wow.
Just
This is
winning
not
that Viking
over.
fight so one-sidedly allowed to finally build things. And now with these many Banshees, Cyclones aren't going to be the same issue that they once were.
No. And the turrets are doing good work there.
Oh, and I think...
Nice.
Okay, I know why I won the Viking fight. I think Micro Machine broke.
Ah.
I think it hit that APM bug.
Oh, right. It's 153,000 APM. That's
yeah, I just saw him
insane.
suicide a bunch of medevacs. Like,
my god.
That's how I won.
No wonder my PC is struggling at the moment. Like, it's 153,000 APM. Wow. Yeah, I was ready to call it, but
yeah, Micro Machine is 100% broken.
oh no. Wow. This is not looking good.
And the question is, how is a 150,000 APM with only 100 supply of units?
Yeah, 160,000 now. Wow, this is... We might have an ace match, guys.
Well, Micro Machine's like, yeah, the series is too easy. We'll give him one.
Yeah. Although you should never give a bot like Ketrok anything, because it will...
I think my bot earned the opportunity to let
Yes.
Micro Machine bug out. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
maybe if I
absolutely.
can just survive as long as I can, then Micro Machine will gift me something.
Yeah,
Because
it did not give up for 1 second.
and it looked like it should have been dead for about 15
Yes.
minutes there.
Yeah. When the Marines were just running straight into the base before you took that Viking fight, I was just about ready to call it. So, but
I
now,
hope that even though my bot didn't earn this victory, that he'll still be a Micro Machine.
yeah.
He's like, it was easy.
Oh, definitely. I can't wait for the GU.
That
So,
siege tank is still shelling that bottom base though.
still going there. It's like, I got nothing better to do. I'm just going to stay here for the whole game.
I don't even want to know how much I've spent on that planetary.
If it ever goes down, you'll be able to find out. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, down to just 12 army supply and 28 workers. I'm ready to call it if you are. We are going to an eighth match,
Yep.
guys.
So Micro Machine's on 31 units and 140,000 APM.
That's that's insane. It's going down a bit now, but yeah.
Oh,
So
wait, his SCVs are actually looks like they're doing things properly. So I think he finally
yeah,
fixed in time to
he
watch
fixed
himself
it.
die.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
fixed it, but yeah, it's so we are 2 for 2. Final match.
That's probably a good replay to send to Raph and Unusual.
Yeah, I think
They've
so.
been they've been unsure why the APM spikes so high at the late game. Maybe this game you can figure it out because it
Yeah.
actually spikes and then it unspikes.
Yeah, so the replays for the quarterfinals and semi-finals are up on the site now if you want to go and look at them. We will be putting the replays, obviously, of the finals up there after we've finished the cast. But no, this is turning out to be a great finals. So I guess thank you to both you and Rafal for giving us, Unusual, for giving us all this amazing bot-on-bot action. But we are down to the final game. It is 2-2 in the finals. We're going to the ace match, boys. Here we go. I'll get it up. And interestingly, Micro Machine may pick a different strategy this time. So he is known for if he loses a game, he's got like I think like 20 or 30 different strategies, and if he loses a game, he'll pick another one. So we'll probably see something a bit different.
I think some of them he has turned off. He
Yeah,
didn't like I don't think he built a planetary just natural anymore. He was doing that for a little while.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
All right, good to go
Here
when
we
you are.
are.
Cool.
Yep, let's go.
Going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, what a copycat.
Oh,
Wait,
Proxy
did you say
Marauders.
tank Viking as well? I think
No,
we
he
both
said
said
Proxy
tank Viking.
Marauders. No, you said Tank Viking, he said Proxy Marauders.
Oh,
But
right. Okay. So I said it 3 times for some reason. Okay. Anyway, spawning in the top right, we have the Red Terran. It is Ketrak. And in this ace match in the bottom left, we have the 4-time champion. It is Micro Machine going for 5 in a row.
oh, yeah,
He's
couldn't
on
have
match
scripted
points
it
number
better.
3.
This is we did say it's possible he may go for a different strategy, and he says Proxy Marauders. Let's see if Micro Machine's proxy is good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that. A broken starport won't affect me stopping proxy marauders, I don't think. So
Yeah.
I
But
much rather would face that than like a fast drop or a fast banshee or something.
yeah,
All right, so
definitely.
SCV is heading across the map. It looks like he'll be building that command or barrack somewhere around the 3rd base.
Yeah, true to his word.
Sorry, say that again.
True to his word. Proxy every time
Yep,
he's.
true to his word. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, not many bots lie, you know, other than Whalemean. Whalemean is the only bot
Yeah.
that lies. Every other bot, if it tells you it's doing a strategy, it does that strategy.
Well, last time he
Whalemean,
didn't lie.
yeah.
He said, "I'm random," so technically that wasn't a lie.
Yes, yeah. But unfortunately, Whalemean fell to you in the quarterfinals, so you knocked out the last BM bot.
The funny thing is the race he announces is also random, so there's a chance he'll be truthful.
Yeah,
Sometimes he's Zerg and he says he's Zerg. So there's like a 1 in 3 chance.
yeah.
Okay, so barracks is about to complete. There will be a bunker done in plenty of time.
Yeah. Looks like he should be able to hold this. Oh, he's already cancelled the offensive. I wonder why that happened. I don't think he's. Did he see your bunker? I didn't see a bunker, did he? No.
No.
Okay, that's weird.
It could be unrelated. The cancel
Yeah.
offensive is often just like a toggle for when he should be fighting and when he should be retreating.
Yeah. So, first Marauder
It's usually not
spawns.
strategy related.
It's
The
gonna
only
be a
concern I
tough-
do have is that I don't have a natural base, so there's no SCVs nearby to repair.
Ooh, that was a nasty way to lose the first Marauder, though.
Yeah. Looks like he tries to
Yeah.
just blow right past it.
Yeah.
Second Marauder is being a little bit more hesitant, which is good. The last thing we want to see is the series end with just a whole bunch of suiciding Marauders.
Yeah. Well, I think you'd be quite happy to see it that way, but you know, it might not be the best entertainment value.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean, I would be happier with a well-earned victory, especially after last game,
fair
which I
enough.
feel like was
Yeah.
not so much earned. But
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, third
oh,
Marauder will be on the way. I wonder if there's a, like, we know Micro Machine has that internal combat simulator. So I wonder when the simulator will tell him he has enough Marauders to break the bunker.
yeah. Um,
But his time is
it's
up
something.
because now it's got bunker in a siege tank,
Yeah.
which
It's
I don't think he
Marauders
ever
aren't
wanted to
getting
attack
through
into that.
that. Yeah. There's not much that can get through that at the moment. So it looks like this proxy is not going to do a lot. Um, Micro Machine is expanding behind there and slightly ahead on the second base timing. So,
It's a long cast.
yeah. Oh, wow.
I was
Are
hungry
we, are
enough
we,
there that I'm like, I'm muting to take a bite of food here.
hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
we've been going
So
2.5 hours, guys.
similar timing on the expansion bases. What's going? There's a couple screwed up workers on Micro Machine's natural base there.
uh,
Looks like
I'm
they
not sure.
wanted to return minerals to a command center that wasn't complete, perhaps?
Maybe.
Something like that.
What time are you on at the moment? I'm on
I'm on
4:40.
437.
I'm on 4:45 now. Sorry,
Okay.
a
It
couple of
probably
seconds
just
ahead of you.
fixed. It
Yeah,
fixed around 440. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, must have missed that. So a couple of seconds ahead. I apologize.
Yeah. I think once this fourth gas finished, they resaturated into the gas.
Okay, fair
Um,
enough.
I think we missed a Marauder attack as well because these Marauders are missing some hit points.
Yeah, we got hit by a tank. It was just a couple of tank shots. So, yeah.
Starport's doing their normal thing.
Yep.
Five
So,
Vikings
5
as per usual.
Vikings. No. So it looks like the one that's got the research. Oh, it's going in with the Marauders, and again, Micro Machine's first attacks are just not working out tonight. Like,
Yeah.
it seems to
Well, he
just
got a
lose everything.
tank, you know.
Yeah.
And if you're transitioning off Marauders, like in a world, it's not okay. No, it's always bad to lose 8 Marauders for one tank.
Yes. Yeah.
Assuming he's not even done with the Marauders. No, he's building a Reaper.
No, he's
Actually,
being a Reaper, isn't he? He's probably going to try
yeah,
and attack him with a Reaper, but I think that's not going to really work for him either.
yeah. I think he switched back to his regular mode, so
Yeah.
get a couple Reapers to scout with, and then start building up bio.
Yeah. So I think you're slightly further ahead this time than you have been for the last couple of maps. So
Yeah, we're about equal, except I got an extra orbital, which is,
yeah,
that's a big difference actually. But other than that, we're about equal. Taking our third bases around a similar time.
yeah. So
Micro Machine is able to bunker mine in his main base, which is really important. That's like an extra worker right at the start of the game, which is
yeah,
really impactful. Like bunker mining at your 5th base, who cares? Everyone's maxed out by that point. But bunker mining right at the start of the game is huge.
yeah. Oh, Reaper can't get in. So the second orbital, as usual, sitting inside the main. I think the third orbital is about to finish. Micro Machine.
So I have a question. Have you ever seen a planetary kill a tech lab? So we might see that this game.
Oh.
No, never mind. Siege tanks are ruining it.
Ah, damn it. Yeah. Sorry. And the Marine dies as soon as it spawns. It's like, yes, I've been born a Marine! Oh, damn. That was not the best place to spawn. So,
You can
yeah.
set the map score on this. Do you know how to do that?
Oh, yes, sorry, I should do that, shouldn't I? I have been doing it. Yeah, there we go. Apologise. It is 2-2, not 0-0. We don't have another 5 games to cast, guys.
That
I'm
should be like
sure.
the new way to do a series. If it goes to
Yeah.
ace match, then you have to restart the series. So
Oh
it's
God,
a
no.
potential infinite.
We'll be here until like next year, and it's like time for the next tournament, but we're still casting the last one.
This mid-game Reaper rebuild is actually picking up a lot of worker kills. Okay, finally
Yeah,
dying after killing 4 SCVs.
yeah,
So here's the mass expanding out of Ketrock, and
yeah. Micro Machine
now the
doing
question is,
this.
can Micro Machine wipe out the tank count and punish this mass expanding as it's done in previous games?
Yeah,
So it did that 3 times,
tanks.
and it basically won all 3 games. And then game
Yeah,
3, it wasn't able to do that, and Ketrock was able to push a victory.
yeah. I mean, game 4 was pretty much nearly winning, and then hit the bug. But it's just so many bases now for Ketrock.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought Micro Machine broke again because all of his SCVs weren't mining at a base. But what he does is he was just wiggling them, waiting for the command center to finish, and then he put them
Yeah,
open mine. Whereas like a normal bot would just distance mine pointlessly.
yeah.
So
That's a nice little
that's kind of
touch.
clever. Yeah.
Yeah.
He recognizes when the command center is about to finish, and he's like, "Okay, don't go distance mining far away." Okay,
Yeah.
so attack on the forward planetary here.
Yeah, tank far coming down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Getting sieged up. Okay, they're probably going to be able to hold.
Yeah, should be able to hold this, but those tanks needs to siege up a bit better.
Yeah, the
there's
high
a
ground
mine.
siege tank just blasting.
Oh, nice mine shot on the Vikings. Yeah, need some Vikings over here to do a spotter for this for these tanks.
Oh, I had to spot it for a split second there. There we go. That's enough.
There, that's.
Taking it out.
Oh, yeah, just about takes it out. So, not entirely resetting the tank count there. So one thing Micro Machine does do, I think, if he gets wins the Viking War, he generally tends to come in behind that and be pretty brutal with everything that's on the ground.
Yeah. The big problem is the Cyclones, because he wins the Viking War, and then the Cyclones take over. And since the Cyclones are constantly killing my Vikings, I never get the Viking lead back again.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what happened like in the previous games, where it's just I'm building 7 Vikings at a time, and that's all I'm doing. Never actually deal with anything on the ground.
Yeah, it could be a problem.
So last map was only a 14 base map, instead of 16. This map looks like it's more than 16.
Yeah, like
Looks like 18.
it's 18, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So the mass expanding, I guess, can be
Yeah.
even more powerful.
So, I think you've got like at least. You've probably got. I think it's. Yeah, you've got like 10 of them. So, or rather 9 of them at the moment. As this planetary is going to go down. Oh no!
Just barely.
Just about. Yeah.
Missile turret actually being a hero and killing off 2
Yeah.
banshees.
That was good. So you do have a few ravens down there dropping missile turrets around. But yeah.
Yeah, it looks like my bot's still on mass Viking mode, so it's trying to regain the air control. Hopefully it can do it this time.
Yeah, I think.
And if it does it, it can you can switch back into the banshees, which worked out well at the end.
It is getting a few nice kills on the Vikings, so yeah, it can do that pretty fast. So a few lock-ons from the. Actually, the Cyclones were getting lock-ons on the missile turrets, which is not the greatest target.
Yeah, and losing a Cyclone to the only siege tank remaining for Ketrock.
Yeah.
And now the tank is down.
That's the last tank. Oh no, not good.
Boy. No.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at the mini-map, it doesn't look too bad for Ketrock. That's a lot of gas coming in.
Yeah.
So the potential's there to get the huge air force that it's trying to get.
Yeah, definitely.
even losing these 2 bases. But it needs
just
to get it soon.
yeah.
Otherwise, Micro Machine's just going to slowly kill off everything.
The problem at the moment is the production. There's just not enough space for production at the moment. I think everything is building.
Yeah. That one stupid starport still
Yeah.
wasting a
So,
lot of resources right now when
yeah.
all the starports could be doing other things.
Yeah. So taking down both of these planetaries, looks like, possibly. But yeah,
One tank coming to try to save the day.
Yeah, it's going to get the siege up, but may not siege up for very long. Yeah, what actually has longer range, the tank or the cyclone at max range, I guess?
Cyclone.
Ah,
But the Cyclone
okay.
has to come into tank range
Yeah,
to get the lock.
yeah,
So usually if you got a couple tanks, you're pretty Cyclone proof.
yeah.
One tank, not so much. Yeah, now all these mass expansions are disappearing.
Yeah, it looks like Micro Machine is about to take the victory, but that's what we said last game. So,
Yeah.
you know, whatever happens now, it's been an epic finals, guys. So it's been pretty amazing, and Micro Machine taking out yet another base.
The nice thing about this is Micro Machine's really pulled far off to the left. So it's allowing Ketrock a little bit of time to, like, you know, maybe get up to like 2 or 3 tanks.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get siege in a good position. Maybe you can win a fight. And winning a fight could be all it takes to get back into this.
As soon as you win one fight, that pretty much resets the count, and then it makes everything easier after that. Some nice landed Vikings there from Micro Machine.
Yeah, with that said, he's actually not. He's going after the rest of my expansions, so
yeah.
You could also win by just shutting off my economy.
That's pretty much what he's trying to do, I think. Some nice repairs there, but I don't think that repairs are going to last forever. One thing to say at the moment, Micro Machine floating nearly 5,500 minerals and 3,000 gas on maximum supply.
Really bad fight there for Ketrock as well. Losing both my Ravens, losing a bunch of Vikings. Siege tank going down now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bought time, but then instead of winning a good fight after that, we still lost a big fight. So
yeah,
the time it did work to get me an army, and then the army was not used correctly.
Yeah, the army is still there reasonably. It is getting slowly chipped away at. But yeah, just taking out all the expansions quite meticulously, and yeah, with 4,500 minerals and 200 supply. Micro Machine looks like 5 in a row. Sorry everyone else, this is Micro Machine's tournament. Might be a while before we do another one, but I'm sure it will be very good. And I think it shows the strength of this bot, that it's been winning for so long and been top for so long. It really is crazy impressive. You know, they've really been trailblazers, setting up every single kind of like meta shift, every single kind of like new bit of innovation. You see, is pretty much derived from what Micro Machine is doing.
At a minimum, you know, I gained knowledge of what I need to fix in my bot to beat Micro Machine on the ladder.
Yeah.
So it's a couple broken things. Once I got those repaired, I think we're back to being even.
Yeah, no, I think you've done a good job as well. You know, possibly without that bug, who would have knows what would have happened? But
okay, actually taking a good fight here.
Yeah.
On the verge of death, but taking a good fight.
Yeah.
Can Micro Machine bug out again? Maybe I just need to survive long
maybe, but I don't know. APM is only at around 45,000, guys. It's fine. No, only 45,000.
Well, we don't know exactly what causes that bug. I've
No,
seen it happen at like 60,000 before, and I've seen it
yeah,
not happen at 200,000. So,
yeah, it's strange. All right, I am gonna let this finish just to see Micro Machine do his victory dance.
yeah,
Um, and congratulations to Raf and Unusual. Again, just supreme beasts in these tournaments. I don't know how we're going to stop them. There has to be a bot which can come along and challenge. And there
yeah.
has
It's
been,
just
but
no, but not in these tournaments. This is like
not in
something
these
about this
tournaments.
tournament. It's
Yeah,
like it's this home court. He's
yeah.
like, you can't come into my house and win.
All
I
right.
don't care if there's new number one bots. This is mine.
Yeah. All right. I am going to call it there. Let's end it here and
Yeah, well
watch
played.
Micro Machine. Well played, guys. Yep. Just checking that you're not going to crash. It would be rather bad now if it crashed after
Yeah,
you say all
yeah. I
that.
wouldn't want to win this way.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you don't.
I still
Um,
got mules, so if he completely breaks, I can.
yeah,
That's as I say.
that's
All
about
Terran needs
all.
is mules.
Yeah, a mule and a dream. That's all you got. Uh, but yeah, so it's been a long night, guys. What are we on? I'm getting near 11 o'clock over here, so I hope you guys aren't too tired. Um, but
Yeah, I
no,
don't know how Andy Man does it, man. My voice is
I
like.
don't know. Yeah. So well played. Congratulations to Micro Machine.
Yeah, good
And
series.
congratulations to you, Trox, second place. That is not too bad a show at all.
No, I'm
Really good.
happy with that.
Yeah.
With the little amount of time I've been able to put in my bots, it's I'm very happy with second.
Yeah. No, it's been
Sometimes
great.
you work really hard for a tournament and then you fail, and it's like, oh, this is kind of the opposite of that. It's like I
Yeah.
don't really deserve to be in the finals, so I made the finals, so I'm happy.
But yeah, I think like Micro Machine did show a bunch of different strategies in that final, but it always came down
Mm-hmm.
to just kind of like taking out the tanks and possibly having your tanks slightly out of position a couple of times. And that's what ended up doing it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, let's just take a quick look at our final bracket. So yeah, um, negative zero finishing fourth, Eris taking that third place match. Ketbrook, you finished second, a brilliant show in the final. Unfortunately, nobody can beat the champion 5 times in a row. What do we have to do to beat these guys? Come back next time, and we will be find out. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah. I don't think
Um,
I ever made it out of the group stage in this tournament before.
no, you
This
haven't.
tournament was like I was like the opposite of Micro Machine. This is like my nemesis. This tournament.
I did look back through it, and I think the last one we had, which was the season 11 tournament, there was a bug which broke your bot and
Yeah.
ended up getting defeated twice in the groups, which was a shame. But you've put that to rights this time, and next time, get making bots, guys. Put it on the AI Arena ladder. Ketrox, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations again on second place.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Everyone else, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all on the AI Arena ladder soon. Congratulations again to Micro Machine. I'll be contacting you all for your prizes pretty soon. Um, so, yeah.
I guess we should mention that ProBots is going to be starting up again fairly soon. It was about a month out or something. That'll be on the ES Champ YouTube channel.
Yeah,
So if you're looking for the next bot tournament, probably man, I wish I had the dates. Probably late February would be my guess.
yeah, yeah.
We'll be seeing
Late February, early March, I think. But yeah,
yeah,
they're doing brilliant work as well. So brilliant.
that'll be the next one.
Well, I am really tired now. We've had a long cast, so thanks everyone
Yeah.
for joining us, and catch you next time.
See you guys.
See you.